こいつは楽しめそうだ。
Fighters ready. Engage.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Who we 186 back again with another podcast. This is the Overrated Podcast, episode 21. I am your co-host, Who 186, and my co-partner is right here. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, you know how it is. This is the Traditionalist 101. And looks like we are doing another podcast on Tuesday. But next Monday should be the official day where we will actually start at the proper time, which is on Monday. Um, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
how has your weekend have been, or you just been working?
I'm working, but it's been straight.
It's been straight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What'd you do?
I worked, but like other than that, yeah, it's been fine. It's been fine. It's been fine.
Yeah. My weekend's been pretty good. Just been trying to, stay in shape,
Mm-hmm.
trying to, you know, get some overtime. And, I'm actually, talking to a nice girl right now. So hopefully that goes, swell.
That's good. That's good. Malta's in the chat. What's going on, Malta? How you doing?
What's up?
Yeah, shout out to the podcast we did on Thursday on the controller debate. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, and definitely we're gonna do more stuff like that in the near future.
Yes, in the real near future. Like Malta, it was definitely a pleasure having you on board along with, Nintendo Gamer. It was really
Yes,
great to have,
shout out to
different
Nintendo Gamer.
different perspective, and how we each have different experiences with the controllers. So it was really good to get different viewpoints from you and everybody else. So it was definitely entertaining. And I was watching the video again, and man, the reactions that we were giving from each other. Oh my gosh, I was just laughing. Like the reaction that you and I had when he gave the PlayStation a freaking F, the controller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that was a huge shocker.
Yeah.
Huge shocker. And I remember how you were shocked when I gave the PS3 an F.
Yeah. I don't agree with that, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But anyways, what was a big deal was the NFL this week. Let me put the share while we're at it. But yeah, man, the regular season is now in the books. Lots of things happen. Um, First off, like,
Before you, while you trying to share it, I wanted to ask a real quick question
mhm,
regarding football, but it's not necessarily about the NFL. But we'll get that real quick. I just wanted a real quick question first.
mhm.
Did you watch Alabama and Georgia game?
I watched the first half. I watched the first half, and then I was, to my surprise, um, the game ended up being what, like 33-20. What was 33-21 with the final score?
Oh my goodness, that game was a fabulous game. Fabulous.
Crazy.
But wait, but you didn't watch the second half?
No, because what was I doing? I think I was sleeping. Because I ain't gonna lie, the first half was kind of boring. I ain't gonna lie.
You fell asleep?
Yeah, I did. And I had some Chipotle. The itis was popping in, and I just fell asleep.
Hmm. No, okay. All right. Well, yeah, it was definitely a fantastic game for me.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, you were happy that Alabama lost.
I was definitely happy that Alabama lost. I am so sick and tired of that team winning and going to the championship game every year, especially when years where they didn't deserve it.
No, I get it. I get
When
it.
they didn't deserve it. But I think part of the reason why is because of money, ratings. That's the reason why.
I mean, I don't know if people care about Alabama like that. I mean, they are a big deal, but I don't know if people. I don't know if people care about them like that.
You don't think so? I
Nah.
do. I think it's a big deal. They would much rather they would much rather see them on TV than Cincinnati.
I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't like you know me. I really only care about the Hurricanes, and hopefully this year is gonna be our year. We got a new coach, new everything. So we're good.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the game. I had a couple of sandwiches as I was watching. It was a fantastic game. I loved it, and man, I don't know if you saw my reaction on Twitter,
I mean, no,
but
I thought you were happy about them winning.
oh yeah, I was absolutely happy about them winning, and hopefully, hopefully, they could keep this up. But most likely, Alabama's going to the championship again next year. But all right, let's move on. I just wanted to just give a quick shout out to Georgia.
No, no, yeah, yeah, it is necessary because, like I said, it was a big deal. I had a feeling Georgia was gonna put up a better fight.
Oh yeah,
But
because they got blown out the first meeting.
yeah,
Oh my goodness, they got completely destroyed.
yeah, they got worked. Like there's no doubt about it. They got worked in the first game, and I felt like Georgia all year. Georgia was the best team in the country. So
You
for
you
them
felt
to
that
get
you felt that way?
yeah, Georgia, yeah, their defense was pretty much they had a historic defense this year. They only gave up like 10 something odd points a game. But then when you face Alabama and you get schooled like that's gonna hurt the pride of some of the players.
True,
And
true.
it didn't look like they were winning that game anyway. Definitely didn't look like that.
Well, it was a close game, since the first half. It
That's
was a
true,
very
but
close game.
but you can tell that Alabama had the advantage on them. They were able to move the ball more. They just couldn't score touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you that. I'll
And
give you that.
There was nothing going on with Georgia. They'll have like one big play here or there, but after halftime they all changed. So probably props to Georgia, man. Props to Georgia.
Yeah. Props to the Bulldogs. I really am, proud of them. Again, the second half was a very entertaining game, and I feel bad that you didn't get to watch the second half, but it was really good. It was definitely, going back and forth, and wow, awesome game. But all right, let's move on. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to the Bulldogs. So yeah.
All right. So speaking of playoffs, speaking of big game, the NFL playoffs is about to start. As you can see here, are the brackets right here. Like I said, Week 18 was crazy. First off, you had Dolphins beating New England. That was good. I was happy about that, even though it was meaningless. It is what it is. The Indianapolis Colts,
Oh my
like,
gosh, man.
dude, if there was anybody if they got fired today, I would understand it. It would be the Indianapolis coach. Who's the coach for the team? Like, I think isn't it
Forgot his
Frank
name.
Reich?
I forgot his name.
All
Forgot
right.
his name. But yeah,
And
that was a.
then Carson Wentz, like, damn, dude,
Oh
like,
my
damn.
gosh.
He was there to be kind of like the final piece to that team, and they were playing so well during the season. They were playing. I know they got off to a slow start, but then they started getting better. Jonathan Taylor been balling all year, and then you laid an egg to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that's what pretty much happened. It seemed like, to me, it seemed like they weren't really taking the Jaguars seriously. But you know that your playoff is on the line. The playoffs is definitely on the line. So it didn't matter how good or how bad the team was. You should have put 110% out there. They were definitely outcoached, absolutely outcoached. And I feel like everybody was just being lazy in that team. They didn't take them seriously. That's how it looked like to me.
And then the final game of Week 18, Los Angeles and Las Vegas.
I
That
actually
was
wanted to, I actually wanted to talk about that. But go ahead, go ahead.
that was a crazy game. I couldn't watch it live because I was at work, but I know you were watching.
Oh, dude, I was
I watched the highlights. I watched the highlights.
I was tweeting like back and forth, just constantly tweeting as I was watching that game. Look, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. You're probably not going to like it.
Mhm.
Herbert is someone that is going to be absolutely special.
I
I
know.
mean,
I don't disagree with you there.
this and dude, I remember you probably called me crazy at the time, but I remember I called it. I called it at the very beginning of the season. Well, even when he was drafted,
Mhm.
I knew that dude was going to be special, and how he was constantly being clutch back to back on fourth downs. It was just an astonishing performance to watch. Let me tell you, it was extremely entertaining. I was like at the edge of my bed as I'm watching the game, and this dude just constantly delivered. I'm really now. I don't want to go off too much off topic. Were you? Well, you didn't watch the game, but
Mhm.
I really wish that there was a tie.
And that's what Las Vegas was playing for
Yeah,
until Dan, I think his name Dan Straley.
that dude
Um,
should. That dude, whoever that dude should have gotten fired.
well, I think he was taking over. I think this is his first year.
That dude should have gotten fired.
I think that's his first year. Um, he called the timeout. I guess the thought process. What he said was that he wanted to get his run defense on there, which is dumb.
Which didn't work anyway.
No, like no, no. What happened was he was trying to play for the win. He was gonna call a timeout. They stop him on one more play. They punt, and then they give them one more chance to win the game. That's what he was trying to do. And Las Vegas was like, wait, you guys are actually calling timeout so you guys can try to win the game when we're trying to tie. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna and look. The only bad thing that could happen is that they missed the field goal and they're in the playoffs anyway. So
Right.
it was a win-win for Las Vegas. But the coach thought he was slick. He tried to he tried to pull a fast one on Las Vegas, and Las Vegas said "F you." We're 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 going to try to win this game.
And the reason why I think that you're right about that was a very good point because I never thought about that. I you if you had watched the game,
Hmm.
there was really no type of sense of urgency
No,
on Las Vegas behalf.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So everyone was just relaxed. Everybody was, just it wasn't look like it felt like they weren't really. It felt like they were just waiting for the time to expire.
exactly.
And for you to call a timeout, you got exactly what you deserved.
Yeah, pretty much he got what he deserved. Like he got what he deserved. And
Uh,
like I said, I'm not the type of person who like to see people play for ties or nothing like that. But
mhm.
it is what it is. It is what it is. So
And the reason why I got pissed off about it because I hate Pittsburgh and the fact that
yeah,
now they're in the playoffs instead. uh,
that's great. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And the thing that helped them was the tie. The tie is the reason why they're in the playoffs right now.
Wait, no, it wasn't tied. Remember?
No. I'm talking about Pittsburgh. They tied
Oh,
with I think they tied with Detroit earlier in the
oh,
year,
that's right. That's right. That's right.
and
Yes,
that tie is why they're in the playoffs right now.
yes. How ironic
It's
is that,
crazy.
man?
Yeah, that's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
That's
Okay.
crazy. Because if they were 9-8, I don't know who was the next team to get in. It could have been the Dolphins because Dolphins finished the year 9-8. I don't know what other team finished 9-8 in the AFC, but that tie from it's funny that it was a tie that that Los Angeles was not playing for is the reason why Pittsburgh got into the playoffs when it was a tie that ultimately helped Pittsburgh get into the playoffs. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But here are the brackets real quick. Um, on the AFC side, Tennessee's got the bye. Kansas City's gonna be playing Pittsburgh. They're I think Kansas City's gonna kick their ass.
I hope
Then
so.
you got Buffalo and New England. That's the one that I'm looking forward to the most. I'm interested to see what Buffalo does. I think Buffalo will win, but I don't know. And then 4 and 5 Cincinnati and Las Vegas. That's gonna be fun too. I think I'm cheering for Joe Burrow because I like that dude. That dude's
Yeah,
cool.
I do too.
Yeah, that dude's cool. On the NFC side, the Green Bay Packers, who is my favorite, who's my pick to win the Super Bowl. I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, thank you. Good job.
All right, stop acting like you're a fan of theirs. All right.
You know, yeah. Again, you already knew I have been a fan with them since high school.
Uh,
Continue.
Anyways, all right, they're the number one seed, and then Tampa Bay 2 seed gonna be playing Philadelphia.
You know the Buccaneers got that in the bag.
Yeah, but I wouldn't completely rule out Philadelphia. I wouldn't completely rule them out. Then you got the Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers. I'm surprised they're 10-7. I'm surprised they're 10-7.
The Niners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
I am. Truth be told, I haven't seen their game this year. I haven't seen any of their games. So yeah. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised they're 10-7. And then the last one is the Rams and the Cardinals. That's gonna be the most interesting one. The Rams and Cardinals, division rivals. That one, I feel like that one can go either way. I know. Arizona has been struggling a little bit,
Yes, they
and
have.
yeah, and the Rams. I thought the Rams were instant, title contenders, but they've been struggling a little bit too. We'll see, we'll see. But anyways, who you think gonna win it all?
Yeah, I think it's either going to be like yeah. I'm gonna pick one from the NFC, one from the AFC.
Oh, and the AFC. I think it's gonna be the Chiefs and the Packers.
I think, dude, I really want to pick the Chiefs
Mm-hmm.
so bad, but I have a strange feeling that it's going to be the Titans.
Oh, you think so?
I think it's going to be the Titans and the Packers.
I mean, Derrick Henry's back. He's been rested. Hopefully, he's healthy. We'll see.
Yeah, and I think they're going to obviously do a lot of ground and pound.
Oh yeah.
With that game, they're going to exhaust the opposing team. With
You
the
you
running
do
game.
now, you do remember a couple years ago they were actually beating Kansas City 24-0, and then they ended up getting blown.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, I know that was a couple years ago. Was that the AFC Championship game?
I think that was the last. Wait, hold on. Was it?
I
I
think it
think it
was.
was. Yeah.
And yeah, that's crazy. So I mean, I don't know, but yeah, those are our picks. I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's gonna be some fun games. But yeah, my pick is Green Bay and Kansas City, and you got Titans and Green Bay, right? Yeah, you got Green Bay on the other side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So obviously after the season's over, you always have this thing called Black Monday, where coaches more often than not get fired, right? Matt Nagy from Chicago got fired. Um, who else got fired? The Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer, he got fired. Just now, Joe Judge just got fired from the Giants.
I mean, who is there really any surprise with that?
No, I mean he's been there for 2 years, but like that's not a surprise. Things seem to be going very poorly down there, up there in New York. So they're not the only New York team that's been a disaster. So you have that, but the firing that surprised a lot of people and frankly annoyed the shit out of me is this one right here. You see it? You see it on the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Brian Flores. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Dolphins fan. Been a Dolphins fan my whole life.
Which is sad.
I mean, it's not the Jets, but we're reaching that point. It's reaching that point. So here's the article. He gets fired. Here's what I think happened. Right? Because I read everything that happened. Now, first off, after 3 years, and mind you, the first year that he came in, we were in a rebuild. So they got rid of all of our quote good players and put a bunch of young, inexperienced players on the team. And that's the team that he came into. And it was a miracle that they won 5 games because the first year,
Yeah, 5-11. Yeah.
yeah, because the beginning of that year, the first game of the season, we lost what 59-10, 59-0 to Baltimore.
Oh my gosh.
Like literally, I stopped watching the game at halftime. I stopped. I don't know why I stayed at halftime, right? But yeah, it was a miracle that they won 5 games. The second year, we got off to a slow start. I think we were 1-3, and then we ended up being 9-6, and unfortunately, we weren't able to make the playoffs because because there were a bunch of teams that were 10-6 that year, and we were the odd team out. Right?
Hmm.
Still a great year. over 500. This year, we got off to a 1-7 start. Things were looking bad. And then we rolled off the next. We won 8 of the last 9 games, and we were 9-8. So winning record. But unfortunately, because the team tied and got in Pittsburgh, we didn't get in. And frankly, we didn't deserve to get in anyway because of the way that we started the game, started the year, right?
Well,
So
the year when you all were 10-6,
mhm.
um, were you guys tied with were you guys tied with anyone and
Yeah,
they
we were
had the
tied with multiple
tiebreaker?
teams. I think we were tied with multiple teams. But the
Hmm.
thing is that they had the tiebreak.
Okay.
Yeah, that year I think there were literally like seven teams that were like that 10 wins or more. 10 wins or more in that on that year.
Right.
So yeah.
I think it was like about like 7 or 8 teams.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of teams that were 11-5 as well.
Yeah. It was a crazy year. Crazy year. But as you see, he had 2 winning seasons out of 3. And what did he get as a reward? He gets fired.
You got the boot.
He got the boot. Right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? I I don't agree with the firing. I don't agree. There's a big power struggle going on that was going on down there, which is always the case with this fucking team. It's always the case with this team, right? So what happened was Flores and Greer weren't seeing eye to eye on stuff. Greer apparently was trying to be like either based on what you believe, it was either likely Flores was being a little bit power hungry when it comes to some of the decisions that he wanted to make, and they just couldn't. Apparently, they couldn't coexist.
Now, before you continue,
Mhm.
didn't he wasn't he the original wanted to have Herbert instead of Tua?
I have no idea. That's the problem. We have no idea. No one knows. No one knows because according to what has always been believed is that everything that Greer did, they whatever decision that they made, it would be combined, a combined effort. It would be something where they will both agree,
Hmm.
right? The problem is that now when you see how Herbert's playing as opposed to Tua, you see that now you're hearing both sides trying to label the other one as the reason why they picked this guy or picked that guy. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And both sides are doing it. So I'm not trying to pick sides on that regard. But here are the facts. Here are the facts. I know I know that Coach Brian Flores is good at his job. I know he's good at his job because at the end of the day, his expertise was defense, and their defense for the vast majority of the time that he was there has been good.
Hmm.
I know Chris Greer is bad at his job. I know he's bad at his job, right? He had a good draft this year, but the past 2 years before that was bad drafts. Bad drafts. His free agent signing has been a disaster.
Yeah.
So I know Chris Greer is bad at his job. So how does it make sense that the guy who's good at his job, regardless of flaws that he has, and look, I'm not gonna sit there and act like everything Flores did I agree with. I don't like the way he handled the quarterback situation. I don't like the way that he handled the defense earlier in the year. But at the end of the day, he's also a young coach that should at least seemingly should get an opportunity to learn and grow. But at the end of the day, I know he's good at his job. I know Chris Greer is bad at his job. But yet, Chris Greer is the one that stays. If you're going to fire the coach, you need to also fire the GM. And this is the issue I have with Stephen Ross, the owner. Every time this bullshit happens, and it happened with Philbin, with his GM, with the I guess co-GM Donna Ponte. It happened even earlier than that. It happened with um with the GM Jeff Ireland and the coach at the time Tony Sperano. R.I.P. He's dead now. Rest in peace.
Hmm.
Right. Every time there's a conflict at the top, instead of getting rid of both of them, he always gets rid of one. And the problem with that is that when you let's say when you fire the head coach, right, and you keep the GM, the GM has to is likely going to pick the next head coach,
Yeah.
right? If those two aren't getting along, what's gonna happen then? What's gonna happen then? Like like with Ross is always half-assing, half-assing the situation, half-assing the process. If the coach and the GM have to be on the same page. If they're not on the same page, then get rid of both of them. Especially the GM who's not done his job well. He's not doing his job well. I know Flores can do his job well. And
Are
if it
you
was
are you are you saying that he's not doing his job well because of the uh travesty and all the crap that's been going on with the offensive lineman? Is that why?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, look, Chris Greer's been there for 20 years. He's been there for 20. He hasn't been GM for all those years, but he's been there for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, at some point, and he was there before Flores. At some point, you have to show results. And if there's no results, you got to go. I know what Flores can do. I like and Chris Greer, since he's been here, had done nothing. Had done nothing. So why is he still here? Why are you still here?
When you ask that question, I really hope you're not trying to insinuate that this is a how can I say it? Yeah, you're not trying to insinuate this had anything to do with race now, do you?
No, here's the thing though. Chris Greer is black. Chris Greer is black, and I want him fired.
Okay.
Like, he's black, and I want him fired because I don't know if he can do his job correctly. And based on result, like, and the thing that annoys me about what's going on here, that if you're going to fire Brian Flores because he can't get along with people or something or whatever, then fine. You need to get rid of the guy who picked that bullshit offensive line, who hasn't drafted a running back in 3-4 years, and also when they draft them late, and they're not on the team, they're not performing, and who is a guy who can't pick an offensive free agent for nothing. He needs to be gone too. Why is he still here? The guy who's been successful is the one that leaves. Like at the end of the day, like Stephen Ross made Brian Flores the scapegoat for the team not being in the playoff for this time. When in actuality, if the records were, if they had won either one more game, they would be in the playoffs. I know he can coach. The results are there.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
can't
go
really
ahead.
count the season that they were 5-11. Yeah,
No,
you
because
really
you
can't
can't
count
count
that
that because
season. Yeah,
they put him in a very bad situation.
yeah, exactly.
But when they came out with the statement about Flores and when he was getting fired, they put his overall record there. They put his overall record, which is stupid because you gave him pretty much a fucking, you know, Canadian Football League team on you gave him a Canadian Football League team.
Yeah,
When he first started.
for you to give him the overall record, despite the fact that your intent was to tank, of course his overall record is not going to be that good. But the whole purpose was for you to tank the team in the first place.
It's such garbage.
Is to win the least amount of games as much as possible. Now, look, you know how much I don't care about the Dolphins. I don't. And you saw you remember my rant when I said that they were basically beating garbage teams. But you basically were on point when you said, if you have the opportunity to beat the garbage teams, beat the garbage teams. It's not their fault. Just beat the garbage teams, and they did that. They went in, they performed, they did whatever they had to do, and like you said, his reward was that he got fired. And here's also the one thing that I also wanted to mention. Right, I completely forgotten that I think didn't they beat New England twice last year, or was it just or did they split?
Once.
Okay. They beat New England once last year. They beat them twice.
And overall he's 4-2 against New England.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to get at. So you're talking about a New England team that's just constantly destroyed our division. You know what I'm saying? Completely destroyed our division. But yet that exact same team you went 4-2 against, like clearly he's doing something right. He's clearly doing something right. And for the fact that he is 10-6 last year, he went 10-6 last year. And he has a winning, record again this year. Oh, so because unfortunately, other teammates, other teams had a very good season as well. He was just like one game short. That was it. He was just one game short, and you're gonna punish him because of one game?
He's the
Uh,
scapegoat.
yeah,
He's the scapegoat, and unfortunately, a lot of people came up with the comparison of what happened with Jim Caldwell in Detroit.
in Detroit.
Hmm
Yeah,
Where I don't know his last year. I don't know if they had a winning record, but they were consistent with him there. They weren't the dumpster fire that they was when Matt Patricia was there.
mm-hmm.
And I also bring up and again, I know you don't want to bring up the race thing, but but this is something that can't be ignored. The coach the coach that was there before in Arizona, the guy who was there before, what was that dude name now? Kingsbury. And in fairness to him, that's worked out, right? But the coach before him, I think his name was Steve Wilkes. He was black and he only got 1 year. He's black. He only got 1 year,
Do you remember
right?
what the record was?
They were bad. They were bad, but he only had 1 year.
Okay.
And then I believe the coach that was the team the coach that was there in Herbert's first year. Let me do a Google search real quick.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I want to make I don't want to mess up when it comes to this. And but I do believe he was black also, and I don't think he got a lot of time either. So I I'm frustrated and I'm annoyed with this situation, right? Because you had a guy who you can tell can coach, you can tell that he can coach, but yeah, he's the one that gets the that got the axe,
Yeah.
and it's like and you keep this other guy who hasn't been good, who hasn't been good, and it's like it's always some stupid shit going on with that organization, and it's been that way ever since the owner's been there, ever since Stephen Ross has been there.
Yeah.
And people can say all they want about, oh, he done a great job with the stadium, he did this, he did that. Listen, I don't give two shits about any of the attraction that goes on over there. I don't. At the end of the day, I don't care. It's nice, yes, but at the end of the day, all I care about is winning. And this fucking team has not won since I've turned pretty much since I become a teenager. They haven't won anything. Even before that, they haven't won anything. This franchise used to be the beacon of the of this football league. They used to be such a big deal in that league. And now they're laughing. Now they're the Detroit Lions. That's what they are.
Well, I
They're the
wouldn't go.
Detroit Lions.
I
No,
wouldn't go that far.
they are. They are. When it
I
comes
wouldn't
to
go that far.
embarrassments, they're the Detroit Lions.
But why would you compare them with Detroit Lions? Why?
Because
Why the Lions?
the Lions are a dog shit organization too, and I believe the Dolphins are,
Well,
and I think a lot of it has to do with the owner. It has to do with the owner.
I think more so if you wanted to compare them, to a team. I mean, let me think. The only team that I would probably say that they would maybe resemble, to a degree, is a team like that's has been constant, mediocre. I should probably say.
And they've been mediocre for 20 plus years, and I'm over it.
Yeah, but Detroit is way worse than mediocre though.
I'm
Detroit has
sorry.
been garbage. They've been
I To me,
a
if
complete
you're in the
garbage
same
team.
ballpark, you're in the same ballpark, bro. If you're in the same ballpark, I can't deal with it. I
Mhm.
can't deal with it.
The team that's awful right now is the Jets, but I don't want to talk about them. I believe that this firing, is not justified. There's no justification to fire somebody when you have a winning season. And the reason why I said I don't really want to bring race into this is
Hmm.
because been hearing some people saying, oh, it's probably race related, and this and that. I honestly believe the reason why he got fired was the simple fact that they believe that the team was talented enough to go far into the playoffs. I think that's what it was.
And
But
I
unfortunately,
don't understand how.
okay, but
How could they?
unfortunately, last year, Tua got injured,
Hmm.
and then he got injured earlier this year, and they had to make a decision to put him in because look, I remember you said this last year when they had Fitzpatrick, and they took Fitzpatrick out and they put Tua in. Now,
Yeah, which and originally I thought was a mistake. I thought it was a mistake because they were doing fine with they were doing fine with Fitzpatrick,
yeah,
and Tua didn't have a regular off season. He didn't have a regular off season. So
hmm
give him an opportunity to learn under Fitzpatrick, and then once the team is ready, then you give him the team.
yeah, and then but then with this year when he decided to have Tua take over, I thought that was a very brilliant move. I thought that was a brilliant move, to have him, take over, for the rest of the season because he was injured. Who was that backup that they had?
Jacoby Brissett, and he stunk.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, as far as decision making, is concerned, I think he did fine. I think he did. I think he did fine. I just believe that at this point, I think he's going to get another job.
Oh no, he deserves it.
Yeah, I think he's going to get another job. Probably what I think is, I forgot who this person is, but this guy basically said that this was actually a blessing for Flores, so he could not partake, no longer partake into that stupid organization. I forgot who said that,
I
but
don't I don't blame him. I don't
yeah,
blame it. I don't blame them.
yeah. But my bad for interrupting. Go ahead.
No, no. I'm still trying to find out. I'm still trying to find out when did I know they made a coaching change? Like, when did they make the coaching change? Was it this year? Let me try this year. Hold on a second.
What happened?
Hold on.
What's wrong?
Mommy, I'm busy right now. Hold on. Okay. All right, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I'm okay. Okay. I found it. All right. So, like I said, Anthony Lynn, who was the Chargers head coach, right? He was there for he was there for 3 years. He was
hmm
there for 3 years, and then he got fired, right? And like I said, I think they only have two black head coaches in the league,
Okay.
right? And that's not good. That's not good. That's why if they're going to pick somebody, I hope. Now, honestly, I want them to get the right guy. I do want them to get the right. I don't care. He could be a monkey as long as he can coach the team. I'm fine.
Right.
But that's a bad analogy. I shouldn't say I
Yeah.
shouldn't say that. That's a bad analogy.
hmm
But you get what I'm saying, right? I want the right guy. But the person who I think I would like to see get the job is Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You want him,
Yeah, that's what that's who
not
I want.
not Harbaugh.
No, no. Okay, let me also say this. I swear, like again, if Harbaugh comes down here, 'cause I don't know if that's gonna happen. I really don't think that's gonna happen. But if it does, then fine, whatever. He has a track record of winning. I'm okay with that. But I don't understand. Like if you're going no uh, shit.
What's
I
wrong?
don't. No. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Just I just see this. I just see something right here.
Let me
I'm going
see.
to. No, it's in the chat. You can see it. You can see the chat.
Um, Catherine? No, Katrina. Katrina?
Mm-hmm. Whatever the
Uh,
fuck her name is. His name is. Her name is. You can read. You can read. You can read it, and then I'm gonna block them.
who are you and who gives you permission to talk about Novak? Hmm. Okay. I'm just going to assume that she's talking about both of us, or maybe she's talking to
No,
me.
you could go fuck
But
off.
yeah, you have like again, you have trolls that's unfortunately wants to disrupt a podcast. But yeah, do what you will.
Yeah. All right. So like the thing with hardball is that like so you're going to fire a guy, and like I said, I don't think this is gonna happen because Ross is a Michigan guy. He went to Michigan. He donated tons of money to Michigan. If Harbaugh went straight from Michigan to Miami, Michigan fans would be pissed off about that. They'll be incredibly pissed about that because that's only hurting them at the end of the day. So I don't think it's gonna happen. But even let's say if it does, you're going to fire a guy who had at least the last 2 seasons when you weren't trying to lose on purpose, had a
Yeah.
winning record for your friend and your buddy who unfortunately happened to be white. To be white, that's a bad look. Like regardless of how you feel about race or whatever, that's a bad look. You have to admit that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's and plus I don't think that he wants to, I don't think that he wants to I don't think that he wants to hurt the university like that. So I don't buy into it. I don't believe that Stephen Ross is that stupid.
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
I don't believe that he's that stupid.
All right. Keep going. There's so much noise in the background. My nephew is here and everything. All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right. So I'm pretty much on that note. I'm pretty much done. I don't think Steve has much else to add to the situation. It's just I'm just pissed off about everything I'm just pissed off about the whole thing. Like I hate the fact that this happened again to this organization. It's an embarrassment. It's a complete and utter embarrassment, and I'm tired of it, man. Like I'm tired of being embarrassed. I'm tired of it, and I just at the end of the day, I just want this organization to be good. Like that's it. Like I just want them to be good. Like I just want them to be. I don't want them to be bad. Like I'm tired of being embarrassed. I'm tired of being embarrassed by this organization, man. Like I am. And this situation is embarrassing. And I don't know what the solution. Look, no, I know what the solution. Yeah, I don't know what the solution is. But I'm tired of it, man. Like I'm tired of it. So when Steve comes back, then we can move on to the next topic. Um, let me see. Anything interesting going on Twitter right now? Let me cruise on Twitter right now. What let's see what's going on. Let me see. Mm, yeah, obviously, I mentioned Joe Judge got fired. That was kind of obvious. The way it was trending, he was gonna get fired. That's crazy. I think that I hear Steve sitting down. Let me see. What? Okay. Okay. All right. Interesting. Steve, are you there?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Do you have anything to add to the situation?
Um, what was I going to say? Oh no. I do think I have to be consistent here,
Mm-hmm.
and so do you. If they do bring in Harbaugh into Miami, and the Miami Dolphins actually become a very good team, and they have a really good playoff run in a consistent basis, you have to admit that was a good move.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, I don't have to agree with the move, but if they can, look, all I care about is winning. That's all I care about. All I want them to do is win. All right. If it ends up working out, then all is forgiven. That's all I want is the team to win. That's it.
well, yeah, of
That's
course,
it.
you want the team to win,
Yeah.
but I don't see any other person who would be qualified for the job. At least at this point, like who are you going to get? Like
I
to
mean,
me,
you
is
look.
John Harbaugh is the only person that I could think of right now.
I mean, look. Like at the end of the day, like if they can get like
Who else is out there?
I mean, look, I like I said, Eric Bieniemy could be there. There's lots of guys that are there, but the thing is that can they do as good a job as Flo? That's the question. And obviously, the thing is that if they are going to keep Tua, who can develop Tua? Because apparently Flores and Tua had a I wouldn't say it's a bad relationship, but they had their moments, right? I don't think it should be enough to fire a guy, but they had their moments. If they can have a guy who can develop Tua, hopefully develop Tua, and win. That's all I care about. That's all I care about.
Um, that well, yeah. I mean, to me, if it's like I said, if it's not John Harbaugh, then honestly, I really don't see who else. I really don't see who else they could get. The only other person that I could probably think of is what's that dude's name? Crap, forgot his name. The, the,
Where are
one-
you
the,
the
one-
coach at?
the one that he was in New England.
I mean, I don't think Josh McDaniels.
Yes, him. Yes,
I
yes.
don't think that's gonna work out because that's where Flores is from. And you think that one guy from New England is gonna pick up another guy from they're gonna take the same job that another guy from New England had? I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean, look. As long as you saw that there were minor or major improvements with that team, then I really don't see how getting another guy from New England is a bad move.
No, because the
'Cause
problem was
again,
the problem was attitude, according to them.
okay, but at the end of the day, though, he went from 5-11 to 10-6 to 9-8.
Understood. But the reason why he got fired was because of attitude. It wasn't because of his coaching. Because of attitude, apparently. And I don't agree, but that's why he's not there anymore.
It's only attitude related.
Yeah, it's only because the construct of the organization was off, according to what Ross said, and that's an attitude thing. That's absolutely what it is.
Hmm.
It's not coaching related. That's why he's not. That's the reason why he's not there. It had nothing to do with coaching. Because everyone can see that dude can coach.
Well, so you don't. Yeah, it's about. I think it's more about, like you said. Yeah, it could be because of the disagreements that he wasn't seeing eye to eye. With what's his name?
With Chris Greer.
Yeah. So that could possibly be the reason, but I mean, but the reason why I say Josh, I don't look again. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody else. Now, if you want to mention again, John Harbaugh, I could understand. If you want to mention um what's the other guy's name? Crap, what's his name? How do you feel about the other guy from New England?
What other guy? There's more guys in New England. The only one I know off the top of my head is Josh McDaniel. That's it, because he used to coach. I don't know. I don't,
They,
and like I said, I don't think they're gonna hire any more guys from New England. They're not going to.
hmm. Well, all right. Well, then, with that note, I don't really have any much else to say except that I wish him the best, and I really hope that he will end up having another job.
And
Against.
he's gonna have another job. He's gonna be successful, like Tannehill was when he left here, and we're gonna continue to be mediocre.
Well, and everyone that leaves Miami, it ends up being better.
And that's a problem. And that's a problem.
Oh my gosh.
That's a problem. This is the problem with this stupid organization. That's why I say they're the Lions. That's what they are. They're average. And I know the Lions are bad, but like to me, if you're doing moves that are just as dumb as they are, then you are them.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the same boat. But
Well, yeah, I mean, or you could probably, I don't know if you know this guy named I think it's Nathaniel I forgot his last name, but I think his name is Nathaniel. Who I think he used to be the offensive coordinator with Green Bay. So
is he the actual offensive coordinator? Because we got tricked by that too.
wait, what? What you mean?
With Joe Philbin. The reason why Joe Philbin was hired, even though he had no prior coaching experience, was because he was the quote offensive guy with Aaron Rodgers. We ended up not being true. Ended up not being true.
How did you guys find out?
No, I mean like it was obvious. Their offense weren't very good when he was there.
Okay. Well, then I don't know, because after those other guys, I really don't see anybody else. So, which is why I think the firing was stupid. As long as if you have somebody on site, then do whatever you have to do. But if you don't have a backup plan to who you're going to actually hire, who's qualified to do the job, then yeah, I don't really see I really don't see how you're going to fix the situation anytime soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to topic that you wanted to bring up.
Which one?
Kevin Porter.
Okay. Let me save this. No, let me share this real quick. Okay. Okay. This is better. All right. So let me go to share. All right. So this is basically, the whole, Kevin Porter, situation.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, did you read the story, right?
Yeah, I know the story now. I'm familiar
Okay.
with the story now.
So let me just go to the article because because again I have to get ready soon
Mm-hmm.
for my side hustle. So let's just get to the gist of it right now. So LeBron James says that he was watching Wednesday's night Rockets win over the Wizards when Kevin Porter Jr. hit a game-winning shot for Houston, leading to a very unfortunate
Gaff.
gaff by Washington broadcaster Glenn Concert. I think that's how you say his last name. Concert.
Let me put in full
Um,
screen.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, after Porter Jr.'s shot, Concert said the guard, like his dad, pulled the trigger at the right time. Concert later apologized and explained he believed Porter Jr. was the son of former Washington Bullets guard Kevin Porter. His actual father, Brian Kevin Porter Sr., spent years in prison after pleading to first-degree manslaughter, and in 2004, unfortunately, he was killed in a shooting at a Seattle bar. Okay, before I continue on,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I do understand that reporters and even broadcasters, even though for me I don't think they are resemble even people say they're kind of like close as far as both guys, both jobs. You're supposed to do your homework when you going to be talking about a particular player.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly believe this should not qualify, in my opinion.
What shouldn't qualify?
Like knowing, the person's entire backstory about, his family or about his friends. Like, I don't necessarily think that should be part of the job description, because at the end of the day, you're just talking about basketball. That's it.
No, understood. But here's the thing: if you're gonna come up with that analogy, you should make sure that that's actually true. You work for the organization. If it was known that what's his name, Kevin Porter Jr. and Kevin, if that was actually true, that's something that he should have known about already. That's something he should have known about already.
He should
Right?
he should have known about it.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
the thing is, if he was a reporter, I could understand what you're saying.
No, but he works for the team. He works for the team, and that having look, we're not gonna sit there and pretend that the Washington. Well, okay, we're not gonna sit there and pretend that this Washington basketball team has had that much success over the years. Kevin Porter Senior, is obviously one of their well-known players, right? And
Mhm.
you may not, you don't have to see him play or watch him play, but if his son is in the league technically, and he's coming in to visit, that's something that has to be researched. You don't need to know about everything. You don't need to know about his mother. You don't need to know about his best friend. You don't need to know about his first brother, second cousin. You don't need to know about anything like that. But if his father played in the league and the father played for your team, that's something that you should do your research on.
So he should have done his homework on his pops.
Yes. 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 And I'm going to go into further detail why, but continue reading.
All right. So, so he basically apologized, and he got killed. So, and unfortunately, he got killed in a shooting
Hmm.
at a Seattle bar. Now, after hold on, where am I? After sending a sketching tweet about Concert's mistake, in which he appeared to call the broadcaster's job, with that is what I'm going to get into
Hmm.
real quick. James again addressed the situation during a Lakers press conference on Thursday. I stand by my tweet. This is LeBron James,
Hmm.
and I stand by everything I said. Quote: Jones told the media after pointing out Porter's Jr. was born in 2000 when Kevin Porter was already 50 years old. I'm not a play-by-play person, an analyst or an analyst, but I believe that they do their due diligence as well as they get their reporters. James continued. If that's the case, if I am a play-by-play announcer and I am covering a team, my local team, if I'm covering a team or which is my local team, in his case, he's covering the Wizards, so he remembers the Kevin Porter who used to play for the Bullets, correct? He asked the question. The first thing I would have done, I would have said Kevin Porter Jr. is coming into town. Let me see if that's his son.
Yes.
Um, I would have did that due diligence way before, and I think everyone on this call would have done the exact same thing.
I agree with him 100%.
And the reason why when you want to go first, want me to go first?
No, go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead. Talk
Okay.
about why you don't agree.
Yeah. The reason why I don't agree is like I said, was what I said before. If he was, a reporter, I could understand. But at the end of the day, your job as a commentator or play-by-play announcer or whatever it is, your job is just to cover basketball. That's it. That's your job. It's not about giving a history lesson. It's not about giving us the audience a description of a person's personal life. Like you said, who cares about the mom and all the other stuff. This is not about a history lesson. He's not a reporter. All his job is required is for him to do a play-by-play, give commentary. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he has to give a background story. What he said, uh, look, I guarantee you, a lot of people that heard him say this live probably didn't even think about the situation at all until LeBron James brought it up. That's what I believe. I don't.
Someone eventually was gonna call him out on that.
If it wasn't LeBron, you think it would have been
It's gonna be
somebody
somebody else.
I don't necessarily think so. But go ahead. You go ahead.
Look, do I think the guy should get fired? No. But if you're let's say if you're calling a basketball game, right? You're not gonna just call play by play throughout the entire game because, like I said, there's downtime. You have foul shots. You have teams. You have obviously you have referee discussing stuff. They'll probably review something, so they need to fill time, right? And if something's happening that's important, that needs to be mentioned. If a team, let's say for example, if a team is going for a record, you're going to mention that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna. It doesn't matter if you actually was there or not. If you're calling play by play, and something important is happening for the franchise, that needs to come up. That needs to be mentioned.
But that's still strictly basketball, though. That's
Right,
still
that's fine.
strictly about the basketball
That's
game.
fine. But at the end of the day, if you have someone's son in the league, hypothetically, you're going to mention it and you're going to talk about it. Now here's the thing that I agree with. I agree with LeBron with 100%. Like you have a situation where you can do the research easy. If you're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, this guy used to play," this guy used to play, this guy's son or this guy's father used to play in the league, that's something you should look up. It's not something you could just automatically assume. You need to look it up and see if it's true. Especially and I watched and I just while I was researching this, right? I watched a video profile they did on Kevin Porter Jr. where they mentioned what happened to his father.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Porter Jr. is a high draft pick. He's not a Joe Smo. He's not like a random Joe Smo. He's a high draft pick.
Yeah.
And he's obviously he's one of the best players on the Rockets right now. That doesn't mean much because they stink, but he's one of the best players on the team. So you're going to talk about him a lot because and plus even before that he had a situation with the Rockets where he refused to get into a game because he had an argument with one of the assistant coaches. So obviously you're going to talk about that. So if you're going to do play by play, you have to do some research on the player at least.
Well,
you have to do research.
I think he did. I'm pretty sure he was aware of his pops. I'm pretty
he
sure
wasn't.
I think
He wasn't.
I think he was aware of his pops. I think he was.
No, he wasn't.
I think he because
he wasn't.
why would he mention him in the first place then?
Who?
Why would
the
he?
Commentator?
Yeah.
Steve, he got it completely wrong.
What do you mean?
He thought that Kevin Porter Jr. Jr.'s father was the former Washington Bullets player, and that's not true.
No, I'm talking about him. I'm talking about the part where he mentioned the shooting.
Who mentioned the shooting?
Wait, okay. Maybe I'm getting this wrong, but to me, it felt like what LeBron James was upset about is because the situation that happened with because it's great
he used a gun analogy to
correct
describe
yes
the
correct
which is dumb also.
No, wait, but you can't do that because you can't say that's dumb.
It is dumb.
No, okay, but having no Who 186. You've heard a lot of people use examples like, oh, he pulled the trigger, oh, that was the dagger. Oh man, look at this explosiveness. We know they're not talking about that literally.
Steve, let me tell you why that's dumb. And let me mention a couple comments for Malta. Malta said Kevin Porter of the Washington Bullets isn't Kevin Porter Jr.'s dad. No, he's not. He's not.
Oh, he asked that question?
Yeah, he asked the question. And let me tell you why he's dumb.
Oh, wait. Okay, before we continue, it is dumb for using the trigger.
Yeah. You want to know why?
Despite the fact that people use that word before.
Okay, that's fine. You want to know why it's dumb?
Okay, go ahead.
Because the Washington Wizards changed the name of their team because they didn't want to be associated with guns.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, then why would you use the analogy?
Okay, but it's still part of just using it as it was spontaneous.
Right? Don't do it for that franchise. You don't do it for that franchise. Look, I'm not saying he should get fired, but you have to do better. You have to do better. You have to do better. Like you can't just come up. For one, you can't just randomly assume that one guy's father is this guy and this and that, and then come up with that analogy when you know the organization you play for changed their name because of it. They don't want to be associated with guns.
Yeah, but you don't think that that's just taking it too far? So now you're saying that he loaded that so you can't say things like he pulled the trigger or he really loaded that shot or like anything that involves or
A
associate
gun,
with
no,
guns whatsoever.
not for
You
that
can't say
franchise.
that.
No, for that franchise, no. You can come up with something very. You can come up with anything else. You can come up with anything else except for that.
Oh, I cannot go with that. I can't go with that. Even for that organization, that's stupid.
It's the reason why they changed the name.
Okay, fine, that's fine. I understand that, but so many occasions, people use terms like trigger or
And how many
explosiveness,
teams?
or
How many teams are?
this person has been trounced, this person has been destroyed, this person has been he annihilated this dude. Like we hear these terms every single time in the
Okay,
basketball game.
none of those have gun references. None of them are gun references. None of
Oh
them are
my
gun
gosh.
references. None of them are. None of them are gun references.
Okay, but
And let's say for example, if a commentator used the term, let's say he trounced the competition, right? He trounced the competition, and then it come to find out that his father got ran over by whatever, like a bulldog or some bullshit like that, right? Or some bullshit like that. Let's say he got ran over and he died.
mhm.
Like I don't think it's not a big deal, but I don't think that the player is gonna appreciate that.
The who?
The player is gonna appreciate that.
Mhm.
I don't think he's gonna appreciate that.
Okay,
So
here. Okay, go ahead.
and also let me say this from Walter. Walter said it, and I was thinking about this also. Plus Gilbert Arenas. You want to know why Gilbert Arenas doesn't play for the Washington Bullets no more?
Because because his idiocy, he wanted to be an idiot and brought a freaking pistol in the locker room.
Exactly. They don't want nothing to do with that. They don't want nothing to do with gun references or nothing like that. That's why they changed the name. That's why they changed the name. But go ahead.
Okay, what I wanted to say was okay, is it okay? You crap. I cannot play this, can I?
I don't think you can. But no, I wouldn't risk it. But what did LeBron say?
Oh well, actually, I already read it. From here, they didn't play the whole thing, but I wanted to play the rest of it.
Hmm.
But if it's gonna be copyrighted, then I'm not gonna because I also have it here. I also have it here, but will this be copyrighted too?
I like I said, I don't want to risk it. But how long is it?
Only 18 seconds.
All right, go ahead, play it.
All right.
What a well
No, hold on. You probably might be able to hear it. Can you? Can
I
you
can,
hear that?
I can.
All right. As long as you can hear it and Malta can hear it, then that's good.
What a well-designed play, and you got to give credit. Kevin Porter Jr.
You don't have to blur. You don't have to blur it. You don't have to
Oh,
put it.
okay.
Pulled that trigger right at the right time. Boy, that one stung. What
Yeah,
a
let me do it one more time.
well-designed play, and you got to give credit. Kevin Porter Jr., like his dad, pulled that trigger right at the right time. Boy, that one stung.
All right, and he made the shot. And obviously, you had people who tweeted like this guy, um, Kevin Porter Jr., like his dad, pulled the trigger right at the right time. I can't believe this was actually said on the Wizards broadcast. Completely inexcusable. Now, look, we obviously had people like look all this Twitter stuff.
Hmm.
Come on, man. Let the man explain first. He didn't know. Like, I actually think
You can't no, but you can't. When you're a commentator, you can't just not know. That's not an excuse. That
look.
shouldn't be an excuse.
Obviously, people on Twitter, was on LeBron James side, like you are. Other people was on, on the oh crap, on concert side. The thing is, here's the thing with me, right? Obviously, this was at the moment. This was at the last moment of the game. He made the game-winning shot, and he just unfortunately he used the term trigger.
No. He didn't just do that. He didn't do. He made two mistakes. One he assumed that the Kevin Porter Senior and them were related without doing the research. That's number one. That's the most egregious one.
I don't think so.
It is the most egregious mistake. It's not the trigger thing, even though that's dumb too.
I think that's the part. I think that's part of the problem. I think it was the whole.
No. Both being related together. That's bad. That's obviously bad. But not doing. If he actually did his research, the other part don't happen. The other part don't happen. If he actually did his research.
Mm-hmm.
If he did his research, then none of this happens.
Okay, look. Obviously, it was a mistake in preparation, right? It was 100%. It was a mistake in preparation. But come on. But let's not act like there was any malice intent when he used the word trigger. Like he didn't mean anything by it.
Understood.
That's the part where I'm trying to get at.
The facts are is that if he was prepared, that mistake don't happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If he was prepared, that mistake don't happen.
I guess I mean, I don't want to go to. I don't think I'll get copyrighted with this, but Braun clearly doesn't know Glenn. He is 38 years old and still influenced by the media. Know the facts, Braun. I'm very disappointed in you. Like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about here.
Well, okay, yeah. So basically, he did apologize. He apologized for it.
Yeah, he did the right thing. I'm not saying he should get fired. Like, this is not about getting fired.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that if you're going to, you can't make a mistake that badly. You have to do your research. Like, you have to do your research. You have to do your research.
Mm-hmm.
If he pulled the trigger at the right time, if he just said that, actually, I don't think he would have gotten in trouble for it.
Did he get fined or what happened to him?
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I don't know. But he apologized and I'm sure Kevin hopefully Porter Jr. forgives him because I don't think there's nothing malice behind it. But the problem is that if you're going to, you can't make that mistake. If he did his research, that mistake don't happen.
Yeah, but I honestly believe that none of this would have ever happened if he didn't even make that shot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's all right. That's fine, Steve. But he made the shot.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that when it comes to something like that, you need to do your research.
But okay, even though you agree with LeBron, do you think that LeBron, calling him out on it like that, do you think it was necessary?
No, I mean, LeBron can do what he want to do. Like, I don't like the LeBron part doesn't like. I don't care about the LeBron James part.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, if it wasn't LeBron, someone else was gonna call him out on it. Because that's an egregious mistake. That's egregious.
You think it's egregious?
Yes, saying just like his dad, he pulled the trigger at the right time. Like, his dad didn't play in the league. He just assumed that his dad played in the league because they had the same name.
Because they have the same name, right?
Yeah, like that's a dumb mistake to make. That's a dumb, and then it's unfortunate that with Kevin Porter Jr.'s, past, what happened with his dad, like it's just a bad situation in general. I don't think it definitely wasn't done in malice, but it's just a dumb situation to make that would obviously been avoided if he had just did his research. True. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. All that is true. But I was trying to look for LeBron's original tweet, what I didn't like. Maybe. Okay, I think. This is it. This is what pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we can move on after this. Okay, so he said, "Oh, he thought this was cool, huh? Nah, we ain't going for this. Sorry, but this ain't going to fly. How insensitive can you be to say something like this? Beat it, man. I pray for you, but there's no place for you. There's no place in our beautiful game for you." Clearly, he's telling this dude to be fired. This is what I wanted to address also.
Okay.
Clearly, he's LeBron is basically saying is that this dude should be fired. What else could this possibly mean? What
Yeah,
else could it mean?
he wants him to get fired.
He wants him to get fired. Now, you and I both know that LeBron James has a huge following
Okay.
on Twitter.
Hmm.
A huge following.
He also has a lot of people who hate him too.
It doesn't matter. He still has a huge following though.
Hmm.
A major following. You mean to tell me that a lot of people who follow LeBron James isn't going to follow suit with his stance? Of course they are. Of course
Okay,
they are.
Okay.
And for LeBron James to call somebody out for us honest mistake again.
Why are you following LeBron James? By the way, you don't really like him.
I mean, why you say I don't like him for? I mean,
You clearly don't like him. Why are you following him on Twitter?
listen. I follow LeBron James on Twitter because the guy is still entertaining to watch. Okay, he's still entertaining to watch. Now look,
But what about tweeting? What did that have to do with tweeting? You could watch it. You could watch him and not have to look at his tweets.
yeah. That's fine. But but there are some tweets that that's cool. But there are some tweets that I think that is uncalled for, and I believe that this tweet is uncalled for. So I'm going to call him out on it. Look, if you agree with LeBron James, I don't have a problem with you agreeing with LeBron James.
No, I don't agree that he should get fired. Like I don't agree with that.
Okay, this is part of the problem. When you are somebody that have a major following, when you are somebody that have power, right? When you have somebody that in a position of power.
The Washington Wizards aren't going to listen to LeBron James. Like, come on, get out of here.
Listen to what I'm trying to say.
Go ahead.
Right? When you have somebody that has a lot of power, when you are somebody that have a huge following, have a huge audience, right? Again, a lot of people are going to follow suit of what he says. You know that. And I don't want to be political about this, but you said the exact same thing with regarding to Donald Trump, but that's another topic for another day. So if that's how you feel, you have to have the exact same consistency about this tweet. For what he said was wrong. Oh, I pray for you, but there's no place for you. There's no place in our beautiful game for you. I don't like that. That to me, that's being insensitive. To me, that's somebody that doesn't want to forgive and that doesn't want to acknowledge or understand that this was just a common mistake. And
wait, stop that. That's not common. That mistake is not common.
Okay, fine. It was a simple mistake.
No, it's not. I wouldn't go that far either.
Oh, come on, man. It was a simple mistake.
No, it's dumb. If you do your research, you don't make that mistake.
Okay, have it now. He was caught in the moment where Kevin Porter Senior Junior made the game winning shot, and it was spontaneous.
If he did his research, he would not have said what he said. If he did his research, he would not have said what he said.
Understood.
That's all I'm saying.
Understood. But for LeBron James to tweet this, I think is unacceptable.
So
I think it's unacceptable. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. So do you think this is perfectly fine for what LeBron James said?
I don't agree with him. I don't care. Like I don't agree with him.
So we're in the same position when it comes to that. You don't think he should be fired?
No.
Do you think he should be fined? Do you think he should be suspended? Anything?
It is what it is. I don't care. I don't care about the guy. I don't care what happened to Censor. I don't think he should get fired. But if he does, it is what it is. But like at the end of the day, like all he had to do was do his research. That's all he had to do. All he had to do was do his research. That's a bad mistake to make. Assuming that his father played in the league and played for the team that you work for, and then you use that analogy, which I understand is used in the past, but when it comes to that team, to that organization, you have to think better of it.
Nah, like I don't think anybody is really that will actually think about that consciously in a consistent basis. That I can't use this word or that word or this term or that term in this particular organization.
That part I understand. But at the end of the day, he should have done his research, because if he did, none of this would happen. None of this would be a thing.
Yeah. I will actually go on your side on this. Like it is lack of preparation. I 100% say it is lack of preparation on his part. Exactly. But I do think that it was a simple mistake, and I think LeBron James to tweet this, I don't think that was rightful what LeBron James did. That's all I'm saying.
To me, I feel like you're concentrating on the wrong thing. I don't care what LeBron James has to tweet.
No,
Like,
no, 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 no.
most of this say that he has a lot of power. He does, but he's not going to force the Washington Wizards to do anything. You know what I mean? Because he has nothing to do with them.
Yeah, but he has like over like what 20 million followers though. That's a big deal.
Including you for some reason. But like again, at the end of the day, he can say what he wants. At the end of the day, the Washington Wizards aren't, huh?
Don't you follow him?
No.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me check real quick.
Yeah. Maybe you better check. Yeah.
Let me check.
but
I don't think I do. But let me check.
Hey, Malta, do you follow LeBron James? I'm just curious.
Let me check real quick. No, I don't follow him. In fact, I unfollowed him when he went to Cleveland. Like, I unfollowed him when he went to Cleveland.
So you had a personal issue with him.
No, it's not personal. It's just, if you're not on my team, why should I
follow you? You had a personal issue with him. You got
not
mad.
On my team,
you got upset. You got upset. You got upset. Yo, if you wasn't upset, then we wouldn't have unfollowed him. You got upset because he left Miami. He wanted to go back to his hometown. That's why you got upset.
I rarely, if ever, follow. I rarely, if ever, follow athletes that don't play for my team. I barely follow athletes. I barely follow athletes.
Do you follow Dwayne Wade?
Of course I do.
Did you unfollow him when he went to Chicago?
No.
Oh. So when he went to Chicago, you did not unfollow Dwayne Wade. But when LeBron James went to Cleveland,
Wade one of my favorite athletes of all time.
No. I caught you. No, I caught you. When he wait, hold on. Wait. Consistency, my friend. Consistency.
No.
Consistency. When LeBron James went to Cleveland, you decided to unfollow him. When Dwayne Wade went to Chicago, and when Dwayne Wade went to Cleveland, you still follow Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade is my favorite athlete of all time. I like LeBron James, but like I said, if you're not on my team, I'm not going to follow you. You know what I'm saying? Like Dwayne Wade is the reason why Miami has had championship down here.
And not LeBron James?
No, I mean we won. We won before he got here.
Okay, won. Yeah, won.
We won before he got here, and I will always have love for LeBron James for those two championships. I do.
So then follow him back. If that's the case, follow him back. Since he's partially responsible for those two championships, follow him back.
No.
Follow him back.
No.
Yeah, of course you're not. Yeah. But
look. I don't give a shit about what goes on in Cleveland, and I don't care what goes on with the Lakers. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't need to follow him. What do I need to follow him for?
Yeah. Okay.
And Malta says I have beef with LeBron James. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Yes, he does, Malta. Yes, Malta. Thank you for calling him out. Yes.
Trust me. If there's any one of us who hates LeBron James is traditionalist 101. Not me.
I like LeBron James. Don't lie.
I
don't like his political views. I think he should keep his mouth shut when it comes to politics because he doesn't know crap about politics.
Okay.
But I do think he's a very good basketball player and he's entertaining to watch. Absolutely.
What did you text me when he lost in the first round to Phoenix?
I said I don't want to hear anything about him comparison with Michael Jordan. That's what I said.
So a guy who likes LeBron James like you do, that's the first thing you would text me. And why would you text me that?
Because you said that LeBron James is better than Jordan. That's why.
You claim not to be the one that's the hater.
How's that hating? How's that hating?
We'll save the Jordan thing we'll save the Jordan LeBron thing for another time. Do you have anything else to say about this before we move on?
No. I'm good. Like I said, I think I am going to lean more to your side because even I said it's lack of preparation. It's lack of preparation on his part. But I honestly think that he was just caught in the moment. It was a simple mistake, but I don't necessarily think that they should have the exact same, due diligence like LeBron James said, quote unquote, as reporters do. If you are a reporter, then yeah, you should, do more, thorough research. When you are, somebody like like somebody like a Nit Wright, somebody like a Stephen A, what I'm saying, Max Kellerman, like Michael Wilbon, like those guys, yeah, you should obviously do a lot of homework. But if you're just a commentator, like I don't think you should do as much homework as those guys do.
You don't have to do as much homework, but you can't make egregious mistakes like that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to Novak Djokovic, right?
Yeah.
Now, this situation's interesting because it actually has something to do with the last two topics that we have, right? Now, regarding Djokovic, Novak is arguably the greatest male tennis player of all time, right? He's up there with Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer, right? And I believe he's still ranked number one. I'm not 100% sure, but what happened? He's also someone who is very famously non-vaccinated, right? This simply doesn't want to get vaccinated. I don't know if he ever gave a reason, but he's non-vaccinated, right? Now, this next weekend is supposed to be the start of the Australian Open. Now, in Australia, they have very, very, very strict COVID protocols.
Yes, they do.
Very strict.
Yeah, absolutely no freedom over there. But go ahead.
I mean, that's not true, but
yeah, you don't have
it's not
absolutely no
true.
freedom over
It's
there.
not
Yeah,
true.
you don't.
It's
You
not
don't have
true.
no freedom over
It's
there.
not
That you'll get run over without having a mask on. Go ahead.
That's not true. That's not true. But regardless of that, at the end of the day, like he got an exemption by the WTA, which is the World Tennis Association. He got exemption so he can play in the Australian Open even though he's not vaccinated.
Yeah.
The problem is for whatever reason, someone forgot to tell the Australian government. And Australia basically said, no, you can't do that. So they put him in. I think that something happened with his visa, and he was held there until yesterday when he was given where he won the appeal. So he's in Australia right now, but there's still no word on whether or not he can play or not.
Now you said the Australian government said you can't do that. Can't do what?
They he can't be here being unvaccinated. Because I think in Australia, I think the vast majority of people are vaccinated over there, and they have very strict protocol for people who are not vaccinated.
Yeah,
and and the WTA for some reason didn't do their due diligence in making this decision. Like, to me, I mean, I know I have an idea what your opinion is going to be on this, but here is my opinion. This is not on Djokovic, right? I don't care what his stance is or whatever. He asked for an exemption and he got it. It is on the WTA to then inform the Aussie government of this and see, and they should never have made a decision until they had an agreement with the Australian government. That's what they should have done.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this, now you have the Australian government. They're put in a bind because, like I said, they have these strict protocols, but then they would be looking like they're giving this guy a special treatment, right? And then WTA and then Joker gets fucked over in this because now he's stuck in a country that don't want him. You know what I mean? And he's stuck in a hotel having to be there for a couple of days because the WTA didn't do their job.
So you don't blame anybody else except
the WTA,
the WTA.
The World Tennis. Yeah, they're the one that created the whole mess. They're the one that created the whole mess because at the end they should have gotten permission from they should have gotten an agreement from the Aussie government. Knowing the situation when it comes to COVID over there, knowing how strict they are when it comes to COVID over there, they should have done their due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's dumb to think that you can just give him an exemption without telling the government, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like he's unvaccinated, and he's gonna continue to play. You should do your due diligence. Like it's dumb that they didn't do that.
Well, here's the thing: if they said absolutely nothing to the Australian government, Clearly, all they were just trying to do is, keep everything hush hush so he could play. Because look,
That's not good. That's bad.
if look, we are aware, and we're just average people here. We are aware how strict Australia is,
Hmm.
and you mean to tell me that nobody, absolutely nobody, in the WTA had any sense of acknowledgement that Australia was extremely strict when it comes to getting the vaccine and protocols and all that other stuff.
It don't make no sense.
Of course that they knew. The reason why they didn't say anything is because they knew that Australia was going to deny it and say no. No,
Wait,
Australia was going to say no.
you think they did this on purpose?
I think they did it on purpose.
To do what's the end goal? What's the reason?
What's the reason why they did it on purpose?
Yeah.
Well, I think the reason why they did it on purpose is for so that Australia wasn't aware of what was going to happen. That's all. I think they were just hoping that everything was going to remain hush hush, that the Australian government was not going to be aware
We're
of
not
it,
going to care.
was not going to be aware of it, and then once they found out later that hey, he's here already, he's already playing, well, we just let it slide. We just we'll just let it slide. Sweep it under the rug, and that'd be it. Because again, they cannot be this stupid. They can't. They know how strict Australia is. You have absolutely no sense of freedom over there. And for you to tell
And
me,
I don't agree with you saying that.
no, but at the end of the day, though, at the end of the day, they knew what the situation was. They knew it, and for them to say absolutely nothing, and all of a sudden, well, the thing is, this actually hurts Nokovic, at the end of the day, because like you said, he's stuck in a freaking you say he's stuck in the hotel, right?
Well, I think he's out of it now. I think he was in like a well-to-do detention center. So it was like he wasn't like in prison or nothing like that, but he was in some type of holding facility, right? And it was and I think he got cleared to, I think, leave, but like it's not they don't know if he can play yet or not. They don't know.
Oh, are you going to read the article, or we're just going to talk
Yeah,
more about it?
let me see if there's anything interesting about it. Okay. All right, so Novak Djokovic returned to the tennis court Monday for training, having won a legal battle to stay in Australia to play in the Australian Open after his exemption from strict coronavirus vaccine rules was questioned. But the government is still threatening to cancel his visa and deport him. So I think right now he can play, but if the government decides, we're gonna end it, then they're gonna end it.
Wow. Okay.
The unvaccinated tennis star was released after being confined in an immigration hotel for 4 nights. A drama that has gripped many in Australia and beyond. All right, let me hold on before I do. Let me see if I can find something here real quick.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can find something. I just like the post.
You dislike the post?
No, I like the post, and
Okay.
I wanted to play it here.
Okay.
Let me go to my thing. Now, I'm doing this on Twitter, so hopefully I won't get hopefully this shit won't get flagged.
Yeah. I hope the video that I played doesn't get flagged.
Yeah.
It was just the 18 seconds, so I really hope they don't mind 18 seconds. But you never know.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it. Hopefully. Oh, hold on a second. Ah, come on. I didn't close it. All right. While that loads up, the federal court judge Anthony Kelly. My bad. Anthony Kelly reinstated Djokovic's visa, which was pulled after his arrival last week because officials said he didn't qualify for an exemption to a rule that all non-citizens be fully vaccinated. Djokovic lawyers said that since he's recently recovered from COVID-19, he didn't need to be in I don't know how to pronounce that word. I don't know how to pronounce that word. So
Yeah, I don't know.
all right, so the judge ruled that the number one player had not been given enough time to speak on to his lawyers before the decision was made, and ordered the government to release him from the Melbourne quarantine hotel where he was held. But government lawyer Christopher Tran, told the judge that the immigration ministry will consider whether to exercise a personal power of cancellation. All right, let me see if I can. Let me pop up the tweet again. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I know I just recently liked it, so hopefully I can find it. So this is a news report, and they had some things to say. I didn't hear what they had to say yet, so I would like to hear at least a perspective from the news over there on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it. See. Nothing yet. Likes. Hopefully it's on there. I know I liked it. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna play this, and then just to hear what the perspective is over there. 'Cause I think it is important to hear what they have to say. Get the whole thing. Okay. All right. So you see the desktop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to. Okay. You can hear it?
No.
Oh, they haven't said anything yet. Can you hear it?
No.
You still can't hear it?
No. Malto, can you hear it? Because I can't hear anything. Well, let's see what Malto says. Let me exit this full screen. Well, I don't know if Malto's still with us, but yeah, I can't hear anything.
Shit. So you can't hear it at all.
No.
Are you sharing the screen? You know what? Hold on a second. I think I messed up. Hold on. I think I messed up.
Yeah, because I think you're supposed to share the screen, and then when you share it,
There we go. Okay. Can you hear it now?
no.
Let me start over. Nothing?
Let me see something here. Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Cause I have it on.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, but I can't hear
Okay.
I can't hear what they're saying at all.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can let's see. Let me see. Am I doing something wrong here? Okay.
Maybe you're not sharing it correctly.
Okay. Okay.
You know what you did wrong?
I don't know. We'll find out. I'm gonna play right now.
Now I can hear it.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah, now I can hear it. So you obviously did something different.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to get away with it. Oh, he is going to get away with it. Yeah, I think most fair-minded people would say, look, the bloke's an arsehole. Did they do the right thing by him? I don't know. No, I don't. They farted it up. I don't think so. That's the problem, isn't it? I don't think anything was gained by putting him in. No. In immigration. No, I don't think so. But the trouble is, how do you justify that person's on the same plane with him who also has... You can't justify it, but the fact that his life is never fair. Yeah. Some people fly first class and some people, do you know what, it's never fair. But that poor Czech girl that was fucking sent home, hunted down and sent home.
Yeah, mommy, I'm busy.
Huh?
No, my bad, my bad. My bad. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. So you heard the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it was kind of hard to hear, but if you're gonna leave, just play it again, and then just play it
No,
again.
I'm good. I'm good. Real quick. Hold on.
Okay, so it's his turn to step away, and
All right. All right. So you heard it, right? I know it
yeah.
wasn't loud. I wish it was louder, but yeah. So like, look, they are basically lamenting the fact that, based on what I heard, that they just let him do what he wants, right? They're lamenting that fact that they let him do what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I can understand the frustration, but at the end of the day, like, if they gave him an exemption, they gave him the exemption. It is what it is. If they gave him the right to play, then he should be allowed to play. But also, if you are the Australian government and you have this guy and you have these strict laws about people who are unvaccinated, not that if you're going to visit the country, you have to be vaccinated. I can understand the frustration on their end that this organization not only did not they not speak to us about the situation, but they allowed him to just do whatever he wants, trying to skirt the rules, trying to screw us over. And they also mentioned something when it comes to a Czechoslovakian girl, but I don't know if. Let me see if I can find it here.
I mean, look, yeah. While you're looking for that, if he is exempt, then obviously he should be able to play, and so really there's nothing else to worry about. Now, if the Australian government is upset and irate about the situation because again, the WTA wanted to keep it hush hush. There's nothing that anybody could do at this point because once you're exempt, you're exempt.
Yeah, but but you can't excuse the WTA for not talking to the Australian government about it.
No, I agree. I 100% agree with that. But I honestly believe that if the WTA originally had went to the Australian government and say that, hey, we got this guy who's not vaccinated, they immediately would have said no. They would have said no.
Yeah, and that's something that he would have to deal with.
Yeah. So
To me, this is all on the feet of the WTA.
no, but even though that you're right, I mean, I 100% concur in what you just said. But at the end of the day, they got what they wanted. So kudos to them. They got what they wanted. He gets to play.
Well, right now he does, but we don't know yet if he gets deported, then he's obviously not going to play. If he gets deported,
Well, then what's the purpose of being exempt if he's going to get deported?
well, because that's the whole situation that I'm talking about when it comes to the WTA communicating with the Australian government. That's what they should have done in the first place. If the Australian government, if they had known ahead of time, if the WTA did their due diligence and asked the Australian government, we have an unvaccinated player who wants to play, and if they said no, then this is not a problem. If they say he can't play, he can't play. But since they did give him the exemption without telling them, it caused this whole mess that makes everybody look bad. It makes
Well,
everybody look bad.
I think the WTA I think they're fine. It is the Australian government that's in a dilemma here because again, that you cannot tell me that they were clueless, that they were dumb, that they didn't have the foresight. Because look, knowing that the Australian government is really strict when it comes to COVID and protocols and mask mandates and all the other stuff. There's no way you could sit here and tell me with a straight face that WTA didn't have the foresight to figure out what was going to happen with between what's his name, Djokovic, and the Australian government and the mandate and all the other stuff. Like they knew
that's why I say that it's their fault.
Yeah, it's their fault, but they played the cards right. They wanted to find some type of way. Now, again, this is just speculation,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, there's no way that they're that dumb. They can't be that dumb. They can't be. They knew how strict Australia is. They know it. So
And
I
and
think
you're saying that they did it. They did all of this so that they can pressure the Australian government to let him play.
to let him play, and it worked.
Like right now it worked. But like I said, they're still he still has one more hurdle to go. If I had to guess, do I think he'll play? I actually do think he'll play.
Yeah,
I do think he'll play. So
yeah. I think he was going to play. And again, Australia is right now is just being stupid anyway. Because you mean to tell me that I'm sure they're upset, but you mean to tell me that this one guy who's unvaccinated, he's just he suddenly is going to hurt the whole entire country because he's unvaccinated? Get out of
look,
here.
they take that shit seriously over there. They take that shit seriously over there.
And you see how silly that they're basically getting a pickle. They're in
No,
a
they're
pickle
not.
right now. Yeah, they
No,
are.
they're not. No, they're
Because
not.
again,
They're fine.
look. They're in a pickle right now. They are in a dilemma because they obviously don't know what they're going to. They don't know what to do.
No, listen, they already know it. They know what they want to do. They just need to know if they can do it legally. That's it. They can do it legally, and I would prefer them do their due diligence. And I don't want Djokovic just to be punished just for the sake of being punished. No, that's what dictators do, right? Like if they're gonna try to say if they're gonna fight him on this, then fine. But if the rules say that he can play, if the law says that he can play, then you let him play.
Yeah, you let them play.
Yeah,
Forcing this whole vaccine, nonsense. It just doesn't make Australia look good anyway. It doesn't make them look good because hopefully now that they will see that this is really not a big deal
well, it's not a big deal.
of him not being vaccinated.
Uh, no, I don't think it works that way.
I mean, look, when he finally gets to play and when he enters, all the games that he needs to go into, they will finally figure out that this whole thing, this whole fiasco was not a big deal. It
Okay,
was
well,
not a big deal.
you can believe that lie if you want,
No,
but no.
I am going to believe it because look, you already know what my stance is when it comes to the vaccine. That's why I haven't taken any because I trust that as long as I'm healthy enough and if my body develops antibodies to fight the virus, I should be fine. As long as my body could do the exact same job description as the vaccine can do, then I should be fine. I don't need a freaking vaccine to get better. I don't need it. But
All right.
if Australia is going to try to force everybody to take it, eventually people are just going to fight back. Eventually, people or other corporations probably eventually is not going to comply, and the WTA did not comply.
Well, I mean, if they want to keep it, like, look, it's up to them. Like, if the WTA thought that that they can run one of the four majors, that's one of the four majors. If they want to, they have the power to take it away from them if they want to. But I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if they want to. I don't know if Australia wants to, or whatever. But it is what it is. Like it doesn't matter to me. The only thing is that to me, I think it was bad on their part for not doing their due diligence because
I
you're it's a partnership. It's a partnership. Like you can't just lie to your partners. That's a bad look and a string of bad luck for that organization. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that organization run well, but it is what it is.
I'm proud
But
of them. I'm proud that they did whatever that they could to make sure that.
if he ends up not playing, then what are you gonna say?
Well, if he ends up not playing, then it's just unfortunate that a stupid jab is preventing him from playing.
All right, well, it's the rule. It's the law. It's the law, and you can't just do what you want just because you don't believe in it.
It's a stupid law, and I think
That's fine.
and Australia knows it's a stupid law because how can you be exempt from a law?
That's not that wasn't their decision. That was the WTA decision.
Okay,
That's
did
not
they
their
comply?
decision.
Did they comply? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, but yet he's still in the country.
Hey, for now he is.
He's still in the country. They
For
didn't
now.
deport. They didn't deport him. They
Not
didn't
yet.
arrest. They didn't arrest him.
They're not going to arrest him.
Okay, so let the guy be. Let the organization be.
This situation is still ongoing. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
That's what I read. I read that.
I
That's
didn't
what
know
I
it was
read.
still ongoing.
The situation is still ongoing.
Well,
Like
that's
again,
fine.
there is a chance. There is a chance that he can play. There's a chance that he can get deported. Situation not over. The only success that he had is that he can practice.
Look,
That he can play. He's not confined into the hotel.
look. If he gets to play, that means that he is exempt, and that even though it is law, he's the exception. That's all I'm trying to say.
And that should not be. That should not be. That should not be okay. That shouldn't be okay for you. That shouldn't be okay for nobody. That people. Oh, I don't have to follow the rules because I'm exempt. Because why? Because I'm special. That's not how that should go in life. That's not how it should go in life. But
I'm happy. If you want to fight back,
no, I'm not fighting back. I don't like. It is what it is.
I'm not
Like I
talking.
said, like I said.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the WTA and
No,
what's his
no,
name?
no. My thing is that it's because of the WTA why he had to stay in that detention hole for 4 days, that detention hotel for 4 days. Like to me, you have to do right. You have to do what's right by not only by your partners, but by your athletes. Like it wasn't fair for him to be there. All they gave him the exemption, but what they should have done was get it past Australia first before anything. Now I don't know if this is gonna happen, but I don't know if Djokovic looks good in this situation. I don't know if he does, and he probably don't care. But like you don't want to have these distractions ahead of your game, ahead of your games. Like we all know that tennis is as physical as it is mental. You don't want to have this, you don't want to have these distractions weigh on you.
Yeah, maybe not, but yeah, I think he'll be fine.
I think he will too. He's number one in the world. But like if they had just done their due diligence, let's say if they did talk to Australia and then Australia was like, okay, he can have the exemption, then he don't have to do it. None of this. All he has to do come in, practice, and play. That's it. But now because they didn't, now he had to stay in the hotel for 4 days, not do anything else, and he has a legal battle that he has to go fight. And then plus add that to playing. Like he should not have gone through that. He should not have gone through that. Regardless of how I feel about his vaccination status, at the end of the day, they should have done right by him and they should have done right by Australia.
You think he should have been vaccinated? That's what you think?
No, I don't care if he is or not. The facts are that he chooses not to be. And you decided to give him the exemption without talking to the government where the place is being held at, and you know how strict their protocols are.
And if he gets,
if I'm him, I would be pissed off at the WTA.
And if the government says that he could play, he obviously is the exception to the rule, to the law, which what I mentioned before.
I guess,
which means it's a stupid law.
No. That doesn't mean it's a stupid law. It just means that they'll just look the other way for money, which is not a good sign either. Which is not good either. Which is the definition of government corruption. But we only care about that when certain people do it. But anyway, we can move on.
Yeah. So is this the last topic?
Yeah, Capcom Cup. Yeah, that's the last one.
All right. So, okay. So let me get out of here.
Let me remove this.
Let me share this. All right, I'm gonna make this quick because we're approaching 8:00.
Mm-hmm.
So here it says canceling Capcom's Cup was the right move, but boy, is it still a massive bummer for everyone. Okay. Let me get rid of this thing. Okay, so let me read the article and then I'll show you what my thoughts are and you do the same. After well over a year without locals, regionals and offline majors, things within the fighting game community finally seemed like they were starting to return to a sense of normalcy. in the latter half of 2021. But it's unfortunately impossible to ignore everything else that's going on in the world. Capcom made the undoubtedly tough decision to cancel Capcom's Cup 8 and the Street Fighter League World Championship 2021 this week due to a large increase in COVID-19 cases around the globe. And while it was likely the right call to make, it still sucks so much for everyone involved. Yes, that even includes you who were just planning to watch it from home. Yeah, the spectators. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, because I love watching these tournaments, and you finally got along board, a few years ago.
Hmm.
Um, from the beginning in 2013, Capcom's Cup didn't miss a single year of competition where it brought an absolute best of the best from nearly every region, produced some of the best moments in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. And then 2020 happened. Now, this is the second year in a row missing out on the big production thanks to this damn virus, and it feels kind of sad. Okay, before I continue on, right?
Hmm.
Okay, it said here. This is the part that kind of a little irritates me. This is a nuisance to me, where it said that after over a year without locals, blah 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 blah, it finally seemed like they were starting to return to a sense of normalcy. Right
Hmm.
now, obviously, I forgot who who's in charge of this. I forgot who they are,
Hmm.
but you are already aware of what's been going on throughout the world, whether if it's what's going on in the U.S. or in all the other countries, right? By
Hmm.
now, in my opinion, I know you're going to disagree, but by now, you should have already figured out some type of way to where you could have the Capcom Cup. What I'm saying, like they should have you should have found some type of strategy if you are really worried about COVID that much, to where you want to be petrified and and just cancel it, completely. You should have found some type of plan, whether if it's only the participants get to come into the facility, or if it's only a partial of people are able to partake and spectate, like for you to cancel the whole entire cup completely, like it really doesn't make any sense at this point. Like, it really doesn't. Like, you have this virus that's here to stay now. So what are you going to do? Like, are you going to cancel next year's also? Because COVID is not going to go away. It's not. You have people who have been waiting patiently, for Capcom to return, the Capcom Cup to return, right? You obviously have people, getting ready and all this other stuff. So I don't understand why you decide to cancel now, when I don't, in my opinion, I don't really think the spike has been that egregious, compared to last year.
Well, I mean, do you know what goes on in other countries?
Not much. Not much. I really try to focus mainly, what's going on over here, but I do pay attention to what's been going on over, in Australia or Japan. Not obviously, since I don't live there, I don't really try to dive in, too much. But, like, come on, like this is just too much. Like, you have to try to return back to normal eventually. But what are your thoughts? Do you think this is okay?
No, I mean it sucks that it happened, but like first off, like the whole not having spectator thing, like that's where the money comes from, the spectators.
Hmm.
That's where the money comes from. So they can't just have a tournament with no people in it because who's gonna pay them? Because again, this stuff is expensive. Like not only for the obviously for the talent for the gamers is expensive. Remember, they have gamers from all over the world,
Yeah.
and they're going from country to country, and you don't know you don't know what the situation is when it comes to COVID in those countries. Likely, they're gonna have to do like some type of quarantine for a couple weeks. Like it's a pain in the ass, and I can understand if they don't want to go through that.
Well, see, it's but like I said, if you want to go into quarantine, or you have to find some type of do something, but just flat out, oh, I'm just going to cancel, just
I mean,
cancel.
that's what their decision was.
All right. Well, let me continue on. Let me see where. Okay, I'm sure not not. I'm sure not only the one feels worse of all the players involved after they spent months. This. I see. I just mentioned this just now.
Hmm.
I people were already preparing for this. Okay. Oh, a lot of the players involved after spent months upon months grinding and preparing to earn one of the few qualifying sports in the region after dealing with 2 years of online only official events.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes doubly of those competitors who would have been going to their first ever Capcom Cup to show off what they and the boys back home have been cooking up, especially those like France. Um, what's this one? Um,
Kill
all,
Killazoo. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it.
um, all right.
Singapore is Oslo,
Yeah,
Sweden.
Sweden and
I think those are team names. I think those are all team names for the I think those are all like team names.
yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. But all right, I'm gonna skip all of that because
Hmm.
I can't pronounce all of these. Like, um, I'm not gonna try. Do you know this one too,
Oh, Ronaldinho BR.
Ronald? That's how you say it for real. Okay,
Ronaldinho. Yeah.
all right. Um, I have a feeling about this. First CPT that qualifier, and now it's canceled.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, no, Neil the boxer. Yeah, due to the rising case of COVID. All right, this is basically one of the articles that he basically posted up on Twitter. This would have been many of the first shots at the global stage next to legends of the games to show everyone why they should remember the name and represent communities that they don't typically get the spotlight. That's pretty much how we ended up with a couple of our Street Fighter Five champions two in the past
In years past.
in years past. While pros like BST, Daego Yumurahara may serve as the face of the FGC, and these fresh faces who are the blood that keeps everything pumping and bringing up the next generation of fighters. You see, with this statement alone, you are actually jeopardizing your future because you have
No, 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 they're not. No, they're not.
they
No, they're
lose
not.
money. They're losing money anyway having it.
Yeah, that's fine. They're losing money, but
Okay,
it doesn't jeopardize their future.
I think it does because
Based
people
on what?
because if you have newcomers that are trying to partake and they suddenly for some reason they cannot partake because of a stupid virus, you can't guarantee that those people are going to come back.
You don't. I mean that true, but like they have time to get better. They have online play, so they'll be fine. Those people for the most part will be fine.
No,
Look, it sucks what happened. Like it
you
does
can't
suck
you
what
can't
happened.
you can't say that you just simply say that that'll be fine because I remember when you and I had this. I don't want to go too much off topic, but you and I had this discussion a while back when regarding to the lockout, where you basically said the newcomers, the rookies who got drafted, it actually worse off for them than the people who are already playing in the league already, people who's already making money, people who already got notoriety.
Yeah,
The same thing is happening here. People who the newcomers, the rookies, the people who actually wants to partake, it sucks for them than the ones who have already been there already.
okay.
You can't guarantee that these people are going to come back.
They will come back. They will come back. They will. Like it's just a matter of just like at some point. I do agree with you. At some point, you are gonna have to go back to normal. Like you're gonna have to. But that's the world thing. Because like I said, if this thing was only taking place in America, they would have already had it going. But you have all these players from all over the world who are in places where a lot of the places like COVID is still an issue for them. It's still an issue. So like yeah, it's just something that the world hopefully the world can kind of like go back to normal. Hopefully. That's what I hope. Like I said, I want to see the tournaments. I want to see all that stuff. But like I said, they just don't feel comfortable with everyone else. With COVID and everything, like they don't feel comfortable right now doing the tournament.
Yeah, to me, I think it's nothing but
I
paranoia.
I do wonder, is the Tekken tournament stuff still going on this year? I don't know.
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I do wonder if they're gonna have a Tekken. I wonder if the Tekken World Tour is gonna be going on this year also.
Do you know where? Do you know when it's supposed to be taking place?
I mean, the Tekken World Tour is similar to Capcom Cup. It's the same. It's literally the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see let me look it up real quick. Okay, 2022. Let me see.
Yeah, while you're looking at that, it
Mhm.
says here in the last paragraph, we of course also feel bad for the production crews at Level Up, Blue Coast, and all of the other organizations who spent their last year upgrading the online events and working hard to make Capcom Cup a reality again. Like, okay, look, so like this is what I'm talking about. Like, look how many people you are hurting for making this cancellation. You're not just hurting the gamers. You're hurting the production crew. You're hurting the programmers. You're a lot of people was looking forward to this thing.
I
A
understand.
lot of people was supposed to be getting paid, and a lot of people was supposed to be partaking. This goes beyond than just the gamers, than the participants. You know what I'm saying? You are hurting.
I understand that, but like at the end of the day, they feel like they're not comfortable enough to run events. They're just not, and it sucks for everybody involved. But this is the reality that we live in right now. I'm not getting any word on. I mean, they had tournaments in 20. They had tournaments in 2021. Um, I'm just wondering if they're gonna have a world tour for 2022. I can't find that. I can't find that information.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if they have any news or anything like that.
All right, so Alex Bailey, he basically tweeted, "This is heartbreaking news for finalists who worked extremely hard."
Alex Valle.
Is not Valle? All right,
Yeah,
thanks.
Valle. Yeah.
This is heartbreaking news for finalists who worked extremely hard in pushing competitive Street Fighter to the highest level. At Level Up Series, Blue Coast, V, Platform UK are one of your biggest fans, and I'm proud of your growth. Your safety comes first, so we can all play another day. Like you can't say that. Like
He
look,
just did.
look, no. Hold on. You can't just simply just say, oh, everybody get to play another day. Like that's not a guarantee for every. This is what I tried to say
Understood.
earlier.
Understood. I understand that.
This is not a guarantee for everybody.
But they said.
And if you go ahead.
All right. Okay. First, let me read Malta's comment. Did y'all ever play Street Fighter Third Strike? Yeah. We do. I consider that to be the greatest Street Fighter game of all time.
Now,
Steve doesn't agree, but
no, I think it's Street Fighter 4 because Street Fighter 4 has similar of it is very technical, but it is more user friendly than Third Strike is. Third Strike has a crappy roster, which is why, although the gameplay is good, I can't enjoy the gameplay if you give me a crappy roster, right? So the roster is garbage. That's the first thing. Secondly, the game is just too hard to learn. Like for somebody like me who played Street Fighter for all my life since I was a child, that is the hardest Street Fighter game I have ever played in my life. The hardest. Like it is extremely difficult to do combos, in that game. Extremely difficult. And for me, like a game like that has so much potential, but it kind of gets ruined in my opinion with the lack of good characters. In my opinion, that is why that is why when Street Fighter 4 came out, everybody went ballistic when they introduced the original characters back. You know what I'm saying? Like as if I would have agreed with having us somewhat if they had the original Street Fighter 2 characters in there. But to me, I believe that Street Fighter 4 is the best Street Fighter game of all time. Street Fighter 4. But go ahead.
All right, so let's go to the Alex Valle's tweet. Like, what's the problem with the tweet? Like, he's just saying safety first. We'll play again another day.
No, there's not going. There's not going to be another day for everybody. Like I said this from the very beginning. When you have a lot of people who wants to partake in the tournament, and you have production crews, you have programmers, you have people who are in the behind the scenes. You obviously have spectators. You know what I'm saying? Like you have staff. Like you're hurting. You're hurting a lot of people, and I don't think that is worth because of your stupid paranoia. I don't think it's worth it.
So you
I
don't,
don't
but
think it's
I
worth
mean,
it.
just because you don't take COVID seriously doesn't mean that they don't have they don't have to.
Oh, for goodness sakes, man.
Yeah, that's essentially what you just said.
Oh my goodness.
That's essentially what you just said.
Okay.
You want these people to risk getting COVID for your entertainment.
Aren't you still working?
But I also don't travel. I also
You
don't
didn't
travel
stay
around
home.
the world. I
You
don't
did,
also
you did,
don't try. I also
you did,
don't travel around the world.
you didn't stay home,
being
did
full-
you?
No, I didn't stay home.
You didn't stay in the hotel, did you?
No.
No, you
But
no.
I'm not.
What,
But also,
what you did?
I'm not going
What
anywhere. I'm not
what,
traveling. All I'm
what,
doing is going to work. I'm taking
so
a 20-minute car ride from here to work.
so
Not the same
so
thing as traveling
you
across the globe
so you
and playing in front of
so
thousands and thousands of people.
so you are basically saying there's just absolutely no way you could get COVID here. You could only get COVID elsewhere.
Listen, that's the decision
That's how the virus works.
That's the decision that they made.
That's how the virus works.
That's the decision that they made.
That's how the virus works.
That's how.
So the virus is so spontaneous enough that it's only going to be able to make contact with you elsewhere, not here. Not here. It'll only get you elsewhere.
If you have a problem, just go to the tweet.
This is the hypocrisy that I'm talking about.
What's the hypocrisy?
Like you like
what's the hypocrisy?
You're talking about traveling will increase the risk of no. If you want to be 100% safe from the virus, stay home. Don't work. Don't go to any events. Just stay home.
And that's the decision that they made. And that's the decision that they basically just made.
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
No, don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. Because I'm not. Look, no matter what, we're talking about Capcom Cup. That's what we're talking about. If it was up to me, I would have still held the event. But it's not up to
Why?
me.
Why? Tell me why.
Because I want to watch them play Street Fighter. Because I want. But you see, the difference is,
wait. Hold on.
But here's the thing. I'm not saying that their decision is wrong. I get why they made the decision that they made. I get it. But now you don't get it.
You just said that you would have gone for it with the event.
Yeah, I would have if I was in charge. But I'm not in charge.
Clearly, you also see the stupidity when it comes to this cancellation.
No,
you just don't. You just want you. It's just that your heart. You just want to be in favor of corporations wanting to cancel events, wants to close down jobs. That's what you're in favor of. But you know deep down that it's a stupid thing to do. You know it.
No, because if it was stupid, I would call it out. I would call it out. But the fact is, this is the decision that they made. Okay. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like the decision, but that's the decision that they made. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Yeah, even though you disagree with the lockdown too, just so you know. Just to give you a quick reminder, you didn't like the lockdown either.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. No, I didn't like the lockdown. But it is what it is.
But this is for some reason this is perfectly fine with you.
It is what it is, Steve. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna like break the law. I don't have the skin tone for that. It is what it is.
Oh, come on! All right. Come on, man. Don't start with that nonsense. All right.
Look, Steve. It is what it is, bro. There's nothing you can do. They already canceled the event. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do.
No, there's nothing I could do. But I can still say it's BS if I want to.
That's fine.
I could disagree. I could disagree with it if I want to.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if we agree or disagree, but I think we're done. I think we're finished.
No. Let me read this one last thing because I enjoy calling on their stupidity. They often have pretty thankless jobs. Thankless jobs as it is, and seeing the scale tip to make it all not happen must be pretty heartbreaking. Trying to manage international travel from dozens of different countries with their own current rules and regulations, dozens of hundreds of players, attendees, dozens of staff members, and all the precautions involved is not a job I envy right now. Street Fighter
Exactly.
5,
That's why they canceled it. That's why.
which is why I said, okay, so you think that it is more risky to travel than what you've been doing right now. Okay, let me continue. Street Fighter
Yeah,
5
no
developers,
shit. Yeah, it is.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Street Fighter 5 developers were probably feeling the same too, as well. They provided players with arguably the best Street Fighter 5 had seen yet in terms of momentally improved communications, great additions to the final roster, character balance, and just overall fun. Yeah, all that for nothing. But let's continue.
Mm-hmm.
Things are just not going to be the same too if Capcom does indeed announce Street Fighter 6 next month for everybody. Wait, I didn't know about this. Wait, hold on. Let me read this again though. Things are just not going to be the same too. Oh, if Capcom
No,
does
if you're Capcom, you wait till you're in a building to do Street Fighter 6. You wait till everything is back to normal to announce Street Fighter 6.
what? That's not going to be until like what, next year?
Hey, whenever it comes, whenever it's the first event, if you're ready to announce it, you announce it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it off of a whim. No, don't do it. Don't do it randomly this year. Don't do it this year.
Okay, so all right, we're almost done. Street Fighter devs certainly would have wanted their game to be shown for the first time in front of the crowd of the series'
exactly.
biggest fans and players, and get this satisfying pop off the people reacting to the project. You've proud. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Like okay. You remember the whole leak, the E Honda leak, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that shit was fucking garbage. We never got. I was looking forward to the reaction that E Honda would have gotten if he was showcased.
If he was showcased.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would, and we were deprived of that because of a leak. And now you want to announce a new game with nobody there? Just announce it out of the blue? No. I don't think you should do that. Like, I don't think you should do that. If you're going to announce, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when you announce a game. What matters is when it releases. But if you're going to announce Street Fighter 6, you do it at a tournament where there's people there.
Yeah. All right. So one last bit, and then I'll stop and I'll just give my final thought.
Mm-hmm.
All of us at home are missing out on the big show. On the big show, pop-offs, upsets that no one saw coming, announcements, and everything that generally takes place at Capcom Cup. Sure, we're still going to receive a big season finale for the Capcom Pro Tour. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. Like, come on, like, give me a break. But it's just not going to have. Oh, okay. See, he's about to say. Look. I remember. Mind you, I didn't read this part, but it's just not going to have the same magic we got to experience again through Red Bull. What I don't even know this.
Yeah, Kumite.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Kumite. Red Bull Kumite.
Yeah, and CEO 2000. Yeah.
Okay, so I think, like, even though the Capcom Tour stuff is not going to be there, does that mean that it's still going to have like Evo events or something like that? I wonder if Evo is going to be on this year.
Probably, but I think they had a Capcom Tour just yesterday.
They had a Capcom Tour tournament.
Yeah, I think they had one yesterday.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that they did, but I'm trying to remember when they had the Capcom Tour. I'm trying to remember. They had people spectating, didn't they?
I don't. Like I said, I don't know. I have no idea.
Now, if they did, that's another hypocrisy that I'm talking about. I'm not interested in reading all this other stuff. But look, this is just not right. Okay, I already know what you're going to say, that it's about safety. It's about protocols. All this. It's all this about mandates. It's about
No, it's not. Wait. It's not even about all of that. What it is just about having to deal with all of that in a year where they probably not prepared to handle it. That's the problem.
This happened last year.
I don't know. Look, and if it happened last year and they decide, we don't want to go through that again. Apparently, of course, like again, I don't remember watching any Street Fighter tournaments last year. I don't remember.
No. I'm saying like it was canceled, I believe, last year.
Okay. Yeah, and like,
and you mean to tell me that there was no plan? Yeah, no game plan.
They had a plan to go through with it until they noticed a lot of the COVID stuff and this bullshit Oricon bullshit popped back up, and they decided, you know what, screw it, we can't do this again. We can't do it. And it's not just the COVID protocol stuff. It's just managing all that stuff, going to different countries, dealing with different regulations and stuff like that. Like it's a pain in the ass. And I can understand if you don't want to go through that. That's all I'm saying.
So you agree with them?
At the end of the day, it is whether I agree or not. Like I'm not gonna get upset over it. It is what it is. It is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is. Like
yeah. It sucks, big time. You have, one of the biggest tournaments. No, excuse me. Yeah. You have one of the biggest tournaments, that everyone is waiting for, that people was anticipating for, and now you want to just simply say, "Oh no, it's canceled," because we don't want to deal going back to normalcy. That's what you're basically saying. You don't want to try. You don't even want to try. So, look, I have to get going, but yeah, I'm not really happy about this. Obviously, you could tell. And I feel like they should have at least tried, have some type of game plan, so you could
And then what if there's a COVID outbreak? What if there's a COVID outbreak?
Yeah, if there's a COVID outbreak, then stop.
You know how much that's gonna cost
to stop?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't think about that, do you?
No, I don't know. Or just continue on with the tournament. Because everybody else is doing the same thing.
How can you continue on? Yeah, everyone. Yeah, but you see how dumb it is right now when it comes to the NFL, where they have teams that are playing with guys who weren't on their team. You see, and as far as I'm concerned, it affected the NBA the most. They have to get old guys on 10-day contract. That's not entertaining. That's not entertaining.
Do you honestly believe that what's been going on in the NFL and what's been going on in the NBA has really compromised the product that much? I don't think so.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has.
I don't think so. I think it's just
you're broadcasting a in Christmas, all the major teams and all the major stars, but yet some of them can't play because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a good look for the league.
Well, didn't you? I can't remember what side were you on, but were you in favor or you were against the Adam saying that the NBA was going to continue?
I was against it. I was against it because they were canceling games. If it's to the point where you're canceling games, then clearly there's something going on. There's something going on.
So he should have canceled the whole season like he did last year.
No, what he should have done was put a pause on the season. That's what he should have done. But he's not going to do that because of money.
Yeah.
He should have put a pause on the season. But it is what it is. Like it is what it is. Malta said, "I don't mind a 10-day contract."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you giving other people opportunities to play. You're giving other people opportunities to shine, and hopefully some of those people that are in these 10-day contracts actually get to stay in the league.
I want to see the best team available to play.
This is good for them.
I want to see the best.
Aren't you the one that always preaching to me about how it's important to give everybody opportunities? Isn't that what you're saying?
Everybody gets an opportunity, but not everyone gets to play on the team. That's life. If you want an opportunity,
I'm not
they got
allowed
the
to say
opportunity. That's
that.
fine.
I'm not allowed to say that.
No, they got the
No,
opportunity.
I'm not allowed to say that. You every time when I say something like that, Steve,
What are you not allowed to say? What are you not allowed to say?
I'm not. If I had said what you just said,
what did I just say?
Especially,
what did I just say?
Especially, you know where I'm going with this.
No. What did I just say?
Hold on. Especially when it comes to the opposite sex, you already know what you're going to call me.
Okay, we're not dealing with that right now.
No. I'm not letting you get away with it.
No, we're not talking about that.
When you always talk about how it is important that everybody should get a fair shake. You always talk about how everybody should get an opportunity.
What is training camp? What is training camp?
That people are having these opportunities. And now that people have these opportunities,
what's training camp?
Let me finish first.
No, you're not finishing. No, because I just got you.
What do you mean I'm not going to finish? Let me finish first. Now that you have these people who have opportunities, now that you have these people who have, listen, now that you have these people who actually have opportunities, they have an opportunity to make money, that has an opportunity to shine in the future, who hopefully will get a long-term deal.
What is training camp?
You to get a long-term deal.
What is training camp?
You were always in favor of that.
What is training camp?
And now you are not? Tell me why you are not.
That's not what I said.
Yes,
I asked you what is training camp. You said that I was against him getting opportunity.
Yes.
Then what is training camp?
You are.
What is training camp?
Because if you wasn't against
what is training camp?
If you
what
was
is
not,
training camp? Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question.
Oh my God.
Answer the question. Answer the question. What's training camp?
If you
answer this and that, and then you can talk.
Listen.
No, what's training camp?
Have it.
No. I'm not saying no. Guarantee me. No, guarantee. I'll let you talk, but you have to guarantee me you answer that question first. No, not even first. Guarantee me that you answer the question, then I'll listen to what you have to say.
Have it.
What's training camp?
You're missing the point. What I'm trying to say.
No. You're ignoring the most important thing.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You're ignoring the most important thing.
No, I'm not. Because you were always in favor of people getting opportunities. You were always in favor of people getting a fair shake. No. Okay. If you are, why the complaint? Why are you complaining now that people are getting a fair shake?
That's not what I'm complaining about.
It's
not about them getting a fair shake.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not about them getting a fair shake.
You
are putting the product at risk by not having guys and people on the team that hasn't been there for the whole year. You got 10-day contracts all around the board because you want to do your very hardest not to cancel games. If there are COVID cases that are running rampant on the team, it is a bad thing for the team to have to rely on 10-day contracts.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean rely on 10-day contracts? This is an opportunity for them to get extension contracts.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
That's supposed to be a good thing.
Not at the expense of running teams that's not capable of competing. They're not putting them in the right position to compete. You realize you know I just heard a couple days ago
from who
that from a report saying that the Miami Heat obviously had a COVID problem. They were short. The NBA suggested to them to get players from the San Antonio Spurs G League team, D League, whatever the hell you call it, D League team to play for them. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I have players on the opposing organization come to my team and play?
Okay, you said why the hell you would do that, but if they are playing for your team, aren't they still trying to help your team win?
No. Why would I want players that are not on my organization playing for me, who play for the other team? The fuck? Why would I do that?
Because if they don't, how are you guys going to be able to play and continue the season?
In Miami said no, we're not fucking playing with their players. We're postponing the game. That's what they did because they saw how stupid it was to have the San Antonio players coming onto their team. It's dumb. It's dumb. This is what I'm talking about. And then you want to cling on to this bullshit about not giving players opportunities. That's what training camp is for. Guys go to training camp to get opportunity to play. Like I said, if there are situations where there are like hardship clauses and stuff like that. Let's say if a team is decimated with injury, right, and they have to go to either the G League or they have to go to 10-day contract. I don't have a problem with that in general. But when you're just putting shit together like duct tape just to get a game in, that's a bad look for the league. That's a bad look for. That's all I said. Yeah, you were so quick in trying to own me.
Yes.
That you didn't make yourself look dumb.
No, I didn't make myself look dumb because again, you always talk about having opportunities.
And I said I'm for it. I'm for it.
Okay, so then don't complain.
What? No. Because let me ask you a question. Who would you rather watch on Christmas? Steph Curry or some random guy on a 10-day contract?
I would rather watch Steph Curry.
No shit, dude. No shit, but we know why they didn't cancel it because they want to make money.
Okay,
and it is what it is. But the product isn't better because of it.
Okay,
the product isn't better because of it.
Have a no.
That's an undeniable fact.
Have a no.
Go ahead.
How is canceling the game or canceling a Christmas game altogether would be any better for the league?
No, it wouldn't be better for the league. It wouldn't be better for the league.
That's the thing. How you mean what you're saying is it would be better that they have no basketball. That's what you're basically saying. They have no basketball.
If you want to get everything back to normal, I would have done what the NHL did. Pause the season for a week. That's why we're done. It's unfortunate that it happened during the whole. If they wanted to wait till after Christmas to pause the season, that's fine. That's fine. But they should never. There should never be a case where you are trying to convince a team to put the opposing team's players on your team. That should never ever be the case. Right now you're just doing things just to do things. Okay, and that's dumb. To me, that's dumb.
Okay, first off, I never said that. I never.
No, I know, but I'm just giving you an example. I'm just giving you the example of what I said. Because when I heard that, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It's one like again. I'd much rather have 10-day contract. That I would much rather have that than have random scrubs on another team come to your team. Like I would never do that.
Yeah.
I would never do that. And let me read this from Walter. Training camp is to get in shape and to improve player skills that address the team needs. That too. But you also have guys who compete in training camp to get spots, to get roster spots.
Okay, but there's only
that's where the opportunity is at. That's why the summer league is there. That's why training camp is there for guys to compete for spots in the league. And again, when it comes to the 10-day contract, I don't have a problem with it. But it doesn't. I'm not gonna lie and say that the league is better because you have a bunch of dudes on 10-day contract. It's not.
No, I'm not saying. I never said that the league is better for it. Yeah, look. I completely knew where you were going when you kept asking about the whole training camp thing. I already know what you was trying to do. You was going to say that that's why. That's what training camp is for. So there's no need for 10-day contract. That's what you was probably going to say.
I never. 10-day contract has been around forever. 10-day contract has been around forever.
Yeah, but what you were insinuating was that there's no need for it because you had an opportunity in training camp. That's what you're trying to say.
No, I said no. You said that these guys are getting an opportunity. What's wrong with that? And I'm like, they've had plenty of opportunities. They have plenty of opportunities. They do. And if this situation arises when it comes to COVID, that's another opportunity for them. But right. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I would much rather watch a team full of 10-day contracts than I would prefer to watch guys like Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Ja Morant, all the stars. The stars. And I want the team to be whole, the team that especially the good team to be whole.
Well, no, look. I want to watch the elite stars, the superstars, and the all-stars too. Trust me. We are exactly on the same boat here when it comes to that. But what I'm also saying is now that it is official, that the league is going to continue with the season. And if people are getting sick and people, are spreading the virus and, they don't want that, this gives people who are not in the league an opportunity to play and an
That's fine.
opportunity to make money. That's a
That's
good
fine.
thing.
That's fine. But honestly, if they postpone the season for like a week or two, so that all the best players and all the best teams can get healthy, I'm that's what I prefer.
Yeah, but but even with that strategy, we wouldn't have had a Christmas game anyway. Even with that.
All right. Well, like honestly, like it's disappointing to watch a Christmas Day game where it's all the best players and all the best teams, and yet instead of Steph Curry, I have to watch some guy who last played in 2015. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, it's A20. It's A20. You gotta get going.
Yeah. But so yeah, Malta. Look. I just want to say thanks for watching. If you're gonna make any videos, and if you want either me or Hubi to partake in, I'm pretty sure maybe Having will do it, but I don't know if he would. I don't want to speak for him, but I know I would definitely do it if you ever making any future videos. Just so you know what I'm saying, just so you know. But Having yeah, I do understand what you're saying when it comes to the whole virus and why you want to watch the best of the best out there. And I agree with that. But if I honestly believe, yeah, we'll talk to you later, Malta. Appreciate you, man. But I honestly believe Having since this is going to stick, the whole 10-day contract thing, hey, it's a blessing for for several people.
Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. It definitely could be.
Yeah.
I would never deny that. Oh, there we go. That's beautiful. Beautiful ball. Beautiful ball.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
All right, you do gotta go to work. I actually go to work too.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Forgot. You have to go to work also. So yeah. So everyone, we have to cut it short. I think we did good on time.
We got everything we need.
Yeah. So this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
Who 186. I'm out. Peace. Have a good one.